And welcome to the DarkSide Gaming Podcast. This is number 30, March 5th.
Dirty 30.
Dirty 30. We are your hosts, Reaver.
And Sojix.
And he is playing on the Nintendo Switch at the moment, which we'll talk about.
I'm actually in the middle of a boss fight.
Yeah, he's in the middle of a boss fight.
Yeah, this dude needs his ass promptly whooped.
He is essentially in the water temple, damn near.
No spoilers, I know someone's watching this at this point.
Oh, really advertisement? Yes, we're advertising. He's actually on Switch. Hold up the Joy-Cons for us real quick. Yep, see?
Here I am.
Actually, let's see if we can do this. Let's come over here, and we can...
Oh, God. Oh, you're making me look bad. Well, it's time to eat some food.
Let's see, we're on the Switch. Oh, yeah, silent, Bob. It does not want to really get on there. Oh. Anyways, let's get this back up here. So, what have you been doing?
I've been playing Mega Man.
Oh yeah,
X1. Alright, I got him.
Nick said, "No, I've been working. I put it away. It's away."
Yeah, no, she hasn't got to play it once yet.
Oh wow,
Once. Well, okay, look. She worked every day.
hit that light, and then let's drop this.
It's okay, I think she only saw menus, right? That's the only thing that showed up.
Essentially,
Where the hell's the button for this?
it's on the cord.
Way down here.
Yeah,
This is great production.
I know, right? Great production.
God damn it. What are you moving?
Lost track of time. I know I'm moving. I'm in the middle of moving. We're actually moving next week. And so, just as a heads up, there will not be another podcast next week.
Okay.
We won't do one.
We'll be busy.
Busy. There will be one the following week, and it is going to be
At the new location and everything.
at the new location.
You got all the transfer stuff set up as far as like...
Oh, yep.
Oh, yes! Sorry. You gave me a heart piece when I beat this guy. I wasn't expecting that. Well, not a heart piece, but
Yeah, the thing. So, we'll be at the new place. It's going to be nice. We got a bigger space for us. I'm hoping I can set up the the webcam in a way that it captures more of everything. Also looking at... we're going to be talking about... It'll be Mass Effect. I know it releases the following Tuesday, but I get early access on it because of Origin access.
we'll be talking about that as well.
Yep. Yeah, actually, we're going to be talking about that as well.
All right, I'm pausing this bad boy because... wait, once you beat the boss, you do a thing, and if you do the thing, you can't get back into the area that you're in.
Okay.
And I'm being very vague because I want Nixit and Jitsonius, thank you both for watching, to experience it on their own. It's so amazing, so amazing.
Oi! Sorry about that.
It's the best. It's the best Zelda 2017.
The best Zelda ever. Do you think so? Are our predictions of it rivaling Ocarina of Time and all that? Remember, take nostalgia out.
Man, I think it's gonna be up there. I think it's gonna really give it a run for its money. So without spoiling, there's just kind of generalizations that anybody who watched kind of anything on it, and I know for a fact that Nixon and Jitsonius didn't watch a whole lot about it. But in compare, so it's difficult how you can. Yeah, Ocarina of Time was a shit. You're 100%.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's my favorite of all time. Ocarina of Time and Mask of Majora's Mask. Those are both my all-time favorite.
And yeah, I think you're correct. It is damn near impossible to take nostalgia out of the picture. But this, yeah, you can't, right? But so Ocarina of Time. At the end of the day, it had 9 dungeons.
Yes.
At the end of the day, because you get the light medallion. I guess spoilers for Ocarina of Time. Whoever the fuck.
It's way too old. Spoilers don't go up.
But for Ocarina of Time, this is information. Ocarina of Time, just making it clear.
Yeah.
You when you turn into adult, you get the light medallion, And when you get to that point, you already had the 3 dungeons you went through to be able to get to that point. And then I think it's only a total of 7. So you only really go through 6 other big dungeons. There's a couple of small things here and there. So when you compare it to that, Breath of the Wild doesn't have as many dungeons. Technically.
But it's gigantically open world.
It's gigantically open world.
Like we've showed the picture before, how big
the map comparison.
The map
it's insane because then when you pull up your map in the game, you're like, oh, that's okay. Well, that's not that big. Maybe there's some exaggerations. No, you get into each area and you have to do a certain thing to make the area visible, and then it's like, god damn, it's like there's just layers and layers. One thing I really gotta fucking tip my hat to for Breath of the Wild is whoever the hell decided to, on the in-game map, detail out topography, so that when you're looking at something, you can tell that's really, really, really high up.
So whoever did that,
yeah,
kudos,
good job. But because you sometimes you got to make a judgment call to start going somewhere, and it was really funny because I was kind of stuck in it because they're obviously it's not like it's realistic, but if it's raining, because you can just straight up climb the side of a mountain. The only things that limit you are your stamina and sometimes weather. It was raining. I kept slipping. I would take a step and I'd fucking slip and lose a few feet and have to call back up. And when you lose a few feet, you have to use extra strength to stay on, so you deplete more and more of your stamina.
Okay.
So it's really fun in that sense. But anyway, Nixit was watching me play, and she's like, "Well, why don't you try going around the mountain?" I'm like, "That's oh, yeah, well, okay, there it is."
Well, you know.
So in comparison, technically, there's less in terms of dungeons, but there's so much more to explore. There's I don't even know how many shrines there is.
No, you said, what about Link to the Past?
Link to the Past is great too. I mean, to me, the only bad ones was Spirit Tracks. Nobody really liked Spirit Tracks. It was an adventure and trying something different and new, and it just didn't quite work out. Phantom Hourglass actually would have been higher up for me if it weren't for the DS controls. The DS controls really kind of killed it. Otherwise, the game itself was solid as hell. Some of the main complaints that Phantom Hourglass had was that, you have to keep going back to the same area over and over and over again. That's no different than like the original like Super Metroid and stuff. It's one big area that you go to one side of the area, you find a new ability, a new tool or whatever, and then you come back and work your way higher and higher through the main core area. That's how Phantom Hourglass was. But I mean, Breath of the Wild, obviously, it's a little bit of rose-tinted glasses, right? Where it's a brand new Zelda and a brand new system. Everything's new, everything's fun. In the open world category, it's ginormous. I really fucked up on one thing. So you can scan in amiibos, and what's really great is all the Zelda amiibos. Every time you scan in any Zelda related amiibo, you get a bunch of little stuff, and then like meat and fish or herbs or whatever. Okay. And you get a treasure chest every time. The only time that's bitten me really bad is I scanned it in Ganondorf, and you dropped a bunch of good stuff, and then at the end of it, a freaking exploding barrel dropped and damn near killed me and my horse. I know, I was pissed. I'm like, God damn it, Ganon, bitch. But one time I scanned in Link from Super Smash Bros. Amiibo, and Epona dropped. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's Epona. And it's totally random what each amiibo gives you. Okay. I have scanned some of the brand new amiibos, and it gives me literally like meat and fish. I have scanned one of the older amiibos, and it gives me Epona. And I'm like, what the fuck? So anyway, my fuck up was that I had at that point not come across stables yet. So if any of you happen to scan in an amiibo and get Epona, go and put her in a stable immediately, because that way you can keep her. I lost her. She's God knows where in the fucking wild. Good luck. I expect that when I turned off the game that next time, that because I didn't save her, she, disappeared or whatever.
Oh,
I do hold out hope that I might like find her in the wild, but otherwise you tame horses, and what made her really good is that as I was riding her, giggity, she had little spurs of how much you can make her keep going faster. She had 4. Every other wild horse I've tamed only has 2. So she was twice as fast as any fucking horse.
Nice.
So I really fucked up on that one, but she'll eventually statistically pop back up. Watch me never get her again.
I know, right?
Ever.
It was the ultra super rare though, that 0.001% of the population ever gets, and like you just lost it.
Yeah. I won't forgive myself if that's the case.
What else have you been doing this week other than that?
Well, okay, leading up to it was a lot of work, a lot of studying. I had a big exam. in my stats class, so I was studying for that. But I was going to try to rush through speed run through Ocarina of Time right before Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
But I don't. There's the speed runs out there that exist where you can totally like not glitch out the game, but like there's certain glitches that you can exploit. Which, fun fact, there were bugs in the Nintendo 64 version, and since there was no updates, they never got fixed. But when they ported it to the 3DS, they made an executive decision to not fix them. They just put it in, make it just like the N64 experience on the 3DS. So I think that's really cool. That's really fun. Obviously, everything else got HD'd. I mean, I went back to look at it because I bought it and I played the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time, a time here or there, but I had never really sat down to like appreciate it.
Yeah.
And the work that they put into it is actually really good. And now it's one of their Nintendo Select, so it's $20. It's dirt cheap, and Nintendo keeps adding more and more games to their Nintendo Selects. They just added Mario and Luigi Dream Team, which is one of the little RPG-esque, like almost like Super Mario ones, right. And they're a ton of fun. They added Kirby Triple Deluxe. I picked that up, and that's a lot of fun. But anyway, so yeah, before that, wasn't doing too much, playing random game here and there. Honestly, just anxious to get my hands on Breath of the Wild.
That's what I'm fucking doing for fucking Mass
Effect. Yeah.
God damn.
Dude, we got the Archon pop. For the new dude,
yeah.
Whoever the fuck Archon is, I don't know if it's a guy.
He's like the main protagonist, or not protagonist, but
antagonist.
Yeah, antagonist.
Why just pop this big?
That's what's up. I need him.
He's giant.
I need him.
God damn, like
I need all of them actually. Let's be
my
real.
store right now has a bunch of them.
I still want my Garrus pop.
Good fucking luck.
I know it was a Hot Topic exclusive.
Not even that. It's expensive as fuck now.
I know.
It's expensive as all balls, but
I want it though.
Well,
or a real 6-inch Garrus for carrying. What? Let's see what else.
I played a little bit of Overwatch. They added Capture the Flag as a permanent arcade mode. Game mode. So I was playing that. There was a big update to Bastion. He's broken as fuck, and all of a sudden
there's an immediate
nerf.
Nerf. Yeah, they toned him down.
For whatever reason, I kept getting play the games as Farah.
Farah?
As for me, I was like, I accidentally chose her, and I was like, fuck it, I'll play. And all of a sudden, I was fucking owning people.
Like your hands became a pro gamer?
No, just all of a sudden.
You're like, what am I doing? I'm winning.
I'm winning. I'm winning. I got tired of winning.
So much winning.
It was insane. Like, and it was funny because I feel like the game's been pushing me to play Farah because I keep getting all her cool skins. I'm like, okay, because I got her Christmas purple level 1. I got 2 of her legendary ones, and I'm like, fuck, I can't even get the ones I want. And like, fine, I'll play Farah.
So yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit because Overwatch has a new character.
Yes,
and so does Hot Heroes of the Storm has a new character, Proby the Protoss Probe.
Proby the Protoss Probe.
We'll talk about it in a bit. We'll go over skills and all that stuff.
Okay, that should be fun.
I know Blizzard's got 2 new characters coming to each. Like, it's actually pretty cool.
So one thing, if anyone's interested, obviously the Switches are sold out.
Switches are sold out. In case you didn't know. Switches are sold out. However, who would have thunk that?
As of yesterday when I worked, GameStop did have an option to guarantee yourself one.
What, another pre-order?
Yep, sort of. So you order it. It's their web and store process. So you have to pay for it in its entirety. But they have 2 bundles: a $510 bundle, which is just the game, a controller, and I think two games, or the system, an extra controller set, Legend of Zelda expansion pass, and Bomberman, $510, which is the regular retail price, and then $600 for a bigger bundle that comes with all that shit. Just for whatever reason, not Bomberman in that bundle, Just Dance instead. Literally nobody bought Just Dance.
Who? Like I said earlier, it's an answer to a question nobody asked. Let's see, what was I doing? I played some Fallout. I played some Miscreated with Doom and American.
Nice.
I played a little bit of ESO, Elder Scrolls Online.
What's that?
Grinding out champion points until I hit 160, nice. Which I am literally right around. Probably next time me and American play, I'll hit 160.
Nice.
And then it is pledges and vet dungeons and all that. But not before there's going to be a huge break between that and Mass Effect. Because I'll be playing Mass Effect because that's coming out in like a week for me. It comes out because I have Origin Access. I get to play it on, let me double check the date.
The Friday before.
Yep, so the 17th I'll have access to it.
For 10 hours,
for
right?
10 hours. So what I'm probably going to do is play it on
stream that whole thing.
Saturday.
Oh, I meant to tell you. I got into the Gwent beta.
You got into the Gwent beta?
Yeah. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I got that. So, there's that.
There's that?
I mean, I know you enjoyed Gwent on Witcher.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I also got
there
some
were
real
times
world,
when I started up Witcher just to play Gwent.
I got some real world Gwent decks. I
want some.
got 2 decks.
Oh,
yep.
I'll beat your ass.
Do it.
So let's see. ESO Miscreated. We played a little bit of H1Z1, which was pretty cancer. The battle royale version. Doom will attest to how much cancer that is. So the main part, shooting guns and stuff, was not. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. My roommate found the bear's pants.
A
I
hippie
guess.
bear. It's fringe and
well, that's a cowboy.
but hippies wear fringe
Like
too.
I don't know. Look, it's a bear with pants. A moose. Is that a moose? No, it's a bear.
A Canadian bear.
A. No, it's Deadpool hidden. I just found Deadpool's hidden face right there.
Oh my god! Right in the chaps.
Right. That's where he goes. Speaking of Deadpool, did you guys see?
Yeah, we watched Logan. I really wanted to do a movie review.
Yeah.
I meant to ask to see if you watched it.
Not yet. I was busy saving Hyrule.
Yeah, well, Logan was a must-see.
God damn. Well, I mean, I knew that. I knew it was gonna.
Logan's a must-see.
Okay.
Old Man Logan.
Right.
Well, definitely Old Man Logan.
Okay. Shit. I don't know if I want to ask anything. I don't know if I want to know anything. I know this is the last one. Okay. Enough.
Yeah. It was really good. It was definitely rated R.
King doesn't want it spoiled either.
Okay, I won't spoil it. It's definitely rated R.
Wait. Does he regenerate?
I can't tell you that.
Okay.
Ask nothing. No, I won't spoil anything. All I will say is it's definitely rated R.
It's the best, Logan.
It is bloodier than Deadpool. Yes. Stop. Just saying, it's bloodier than Deadpool. So I mean, it really earns this R rating.
Okay.
And it was great. It's everything you wanted to see with Wolverine. Like a guy with claws, and you never really see him do anything.
Yeah, he's supposed to.
This is amazing.
Literally in the games he's in, like his abilities are eviscerate.
Yeah,
you know what that is? Google it. Eviscerate.
Google it.
Google images that shit.
Yeah, it's good. A lot of. I don't even know if I should say this.
Deadpool was pretty bloody.
Deadpool was pretty bloody, but this is
Wolverine.
This is up there, if not more.
Okay. I know I'm very much looking forward to watching it. Unfortunately, you know what? Maybe Nixon and I can watch it tomorrow.
There you go.
Maybe we could watch it tomorrow.
It's good.
She's off tomorrow. I have class in the morning, but then we don't. So stop. Next. All right. Fire. Fair enough. Yeah, must have been King.
All right. That's why I stopped and paused. Stopped and paused. To let you guys say something. Okay. I'll stop.
Okay. So it was fantastic.
It was fantastic. And we should do a movie review. On this channel, I think what me and Sojex want to do is start branching out a little bit more.
Oh, that too.
Is to start branching out a little bit more. Maybe we'll start doing movie reviews every now and then because we can't.
The king has spoken.
Maybe we'll start doing some movie reviews because we won't do it constantly because we can't afford to go to the movies that often.
Ain't nobody got time.
Nick said he's your king. Maybe we'll start branching. We have another section later on that we're gonna do. We're gonna debunk some.
Oh yeah. This is a courtesy of my buddy Judd Sonius. He's like, because he loves Star Wars, but he never got into it. So put it this way:
he's not my level.
Compared to him, I'm an expert. But me compared to you, I know nothing. So that's the level of disconnect that Judd Sonius has in the nitty gritty knowledge.
Okay.
You know, like obviously he knows what most of the main characters are and their purposes, but it's like, oh well, why is my Mace Windu's lightsaber purple? Well, because he's not fully light.
He's not fully light. He's got a little dark.
He's I love Master Windu. He's one of my favorite Masters.
Mace is awesome
because he loves.
You do know his main skill. What it is, right?
Yeah, Breakpoint.
Shatterpoint.
Shatterpoint. Close enough. See what I mean?
See?
I know exactly what it does. It finds the weakness in an armor. He can literally walk up and be like, boom, you're just done. All of it.
All of it. Ground out. They had a book, Shatterpoint.
But anyway, we're gonna be debunking some fun little things related, come mostly to the movies, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's like 16 plot inconsistencies. Yeah, plot holes, which I'm gonna debunk most of them.
Alternative plot holes.
Alternative facts. Anyway.
All right, so to our first big thing here.
So yeah, let's get to our first thing, and then we'll fly through this.
I suppose there's a faster way to do that.
I know. So we're gonna go. I mean, I could make multiple scenes, but it's that's too. It's way too much.
So we'll talk about subservices.
Do we want a subserve, or we want to do more Nintendo Switch talk?
No, we'll come back to it.
Okay, so let's do subscription.
Well,
if I could spell.
If.
It's hard typing sideways.
Yeah.
Subscription services.
Bam.
So the reason why we're going to bring this up is we all know that subs exist out there. And we're not talking like MMO subscriptions or anything like that. We're talking more about Origin Access / EA Access, PlayStation Now, stuff like that. Because Microsoft just announced their Xbox Game Pass. And by just announced, I mean they announced it like either last week, I think, or something like that.
I just read about it last week. Like in the last 4 or 5 days I read about it.
So Xbox Game Pass, what's really cool about this over PlayStation Now is one thing, PlayStation Now is the most expensive out of all these options. The other thing is you stream the games. You don't actually download and play them.
Right.
Xbox Game Pass, you do. You download, you play, and they're going to have a rotating catalog. Think like Netflix, where it's just a rotating catalog of games and that you can play, and it's $10 a month. Not bad. PlayStation Now has you can stream games only. It's $20 for a month or $45 for 3 months.
Yes,
it's stupidly expensive.
And in my opinion, not worth it unless you somehow.
I mean, they're trying to justify the price off of how much you can play.
There's like all the games.
Assload of games.
There's a huge library,
but the Xbox Game Pass is going to have quite a few. It's going to be Xbox One games and 360 games.
Yeah, I agree, King. They're just
they're trying because they're getting their ass kicked on Sony sales. PS4 sales are out.
I had this couple in at the store the other day, and bless their souls, they're so stupid, so stupid. Trying to argue with me till the guy was blue in the face. Like I felt like I was at this point breaking company policy because I wasn't educating him at this point. I was just fucking clowning him.
Okay.
At this point, and he's like, "No, Xbox is better." Okay, well, like first let's just look at some very non-alternative facts. Look at that wall.
Non-alternative facts.
Now look at this wall. Which one has more games? Put it this way: I can't fill out an entire wall for Xbox One. The bottom 2 rows are typically empty. That's how bad it is. PS4, I don't have enough room. I mean, I have enough room, but there's a significant.
How many do you have? Do you have two?
No, it's just one, and it's only about a 3/4. But compared to Xbox One, where I can't fill it, that's huge.
Yeah.
Furthermore, my drawers where I put them away, I can fit the entirety of my Xbox One new inventory in one drawer.
Wow.
From fucking Assassin's Creed to Watch Dogs. One drawer. And then I was like, dude, it's sold like 4-1. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, this race is over. There's no console race. It's done.
Over. Yeah, there was no console
They got
race.
a surge with Xbox S, with the One S. When it came out, they got a little bit of a surge. A lot of people traded in their old stuff. Maybe even some people might have even swapped over.
King, King says, I'm a PS4 for life, and I know some people that were diehard Microsoft fans that switched over.
Yeah.
I can attest that. When I was working at GameStop, we had so many people come over and like, here's my Xbox, give me a PS4.
Yeah.
Like so much.
Yep.
And very rarely did I see the reverse.
Very rarely.
Like I'd see it, but
I've seen it a
rare.
couple of times.
It was rare.
Not very many. I'm sure.
Like someone's like, I'm trading online. I'm like, why? He's like, all my friends are on Xbox. And I'd say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
And then, and then
I'm sorry. Do your friends also still dress in paisley? They have no taste.
Sell bottom jeans, bro.
That's like your
corduroys. There you go. Corduroys and turtlenecks.
God, I don't have a fashion sense. I have a better fashion sense than that.
I don't know. I'm good. I got Pokemon.
Yeah, man, I got some Stitch.
I got Pokemans.
I got some Stitch Mans. I don't know.
Stitchamans.
And
Burst Stitch.
But yeah, no, that is the best. One of the best pins. But subscription services.
Oh,
so
yeah.
There's a lot of options obviously out there, and
my favorite right now, and I give them shit all the time.
Yeah.
Is EA.
Origin Access.
Origin Access
sucks.
Yeah, and they've stepped up their game, and I have to give credit where credit's due. I have to.
No, okay. You want to just shit on Sony? Their subscription service, PlayStation Now, sucks balls.
Yes,
Completely not worth it.
It is absolutely shit. Like, and like I said, I will tell you when something's shit.
Yeah.
One thing I do like about Microsoft, although as much as I hate Windows, the UWP programs,
Windows 10,
is the
buy
play anywhere.
Well, yeah, buy it once on both. God,
yeah, buy it once on both, and you can play it on PC or Xbox. For those who don't care about either having it on Steam or whatever, and don't mind having it on the Windows 10 store, that's a great value for you to be able to play it on your PC and be able to play it on your Xbox wherever you are. That's awesome. That's a great thing. I wish more people did that. I just hate UWP.
There's a market for being able to play wherever you want.
Yeah, they're a huge market. They're sold out. Yeah, I mean, $20 a month or $45 for 3 months versus that's the most expensive versus Origin, where it's $5 a month or $30 for a full year, and you get to download your game, play your game, play all the games in the vault, and they keep adding more. You get an entire 10% discount on the entirety of EA's library, and you get demos, trials, and early access on some titles, all for $5 a month or $30 for a year.
Because of Origin Access, Reaver's going to be able to play Mass Effect.
Yeah, I get to play it for 10 hours.
A few days early.
From Friday going until fucking Tuesday. Or Monday at 9, I think.
At 9.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. And there's I saw the Xbox Game Pass thing, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Because for $10 a month, a lot of the games out there nowadays.
King, is it good games? One second. Is it good games? You get all the Crysis games, all the Dead Space games. I think you get some of the Sims games, all the Mass Effects. You get some are older.
A couple of the Battlefields.
You get a few of the Battlefields: Battlefield 4, 3, and Hardline. And Battlefield 4 is the premium edition, so all the DLC too. So what, $120 value?
Easily.
You also get.
This is really old.
All the Dragon Ages: Dragon Age 1, 2, and Inquisition.
And you got a FIFA.
And you got a FIFA.
You got a FIFA. You can play.
You play all the FIFAs.
No, this is old. Well, okay, no, this is February. This is February. Oh, you can get that Madden.
Yeah, Madden.
All right, so Battlefield 3, 4, Bad Company 2, Hardline, Bejeweled 2, 3, Dead Spaces, Dragon Age, UFC, bunch of small shit, Maddens, Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Yeah. That's a fairly newer release.
Yeah, you get Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Need for Speed is not bad. Peggle, Plants vs. Zombies.
Bought Battlefield for $5. Yeah, but this is Battlefield 4 and all DLC.
Right.
All of it. Whereas if you go on the PSN store right now, I guarantee you the DLCs probably are not cheap.
They're
probably still full price. $15 each one.
Easy. Jade Empire, that's an old one, but that's fun. Saboteur, that's old.
But you get a lot of your nostalgia games too. So you get
for $5 a month or drop to $30, it's $2.50 a month.
Yeah, $30. $2.50 a month.
You misplace more money than that a month.
Yeah, you throw away change. You throw away more change than that. If you're somebody who still holds on to cash.
That hobo doesn't need that dollar. Fuck him. Get yourself some EA access.
And then on top of that, if you are buying EA games, that 10% it pays for itself.
Yeah, if you're gonna buy a game,
let's say me, I'm buying the digital deluxe edition, which is normally $80. I only paid $63.
Yeah, that was right.
Yeah, or 63, 64 and change, something like that.
$8 off.
Yeah,
10% off.
Yeah, and then like if I buy a couple more, or if I buy anything else,
does it give you the discount on the DLC as well?
I don't know. I think so though. I'll have to double check.
Potentially.
But did you get Little Big Planet 3 for free?
I did, because I do have PlayStation Plus as well.
Yeah, see, there you go.
PlayStation Plus, I mean, I don't think we weren't talking about that type of subscription service, although, I mean, it still kind of counts.
Yeah.
Because we are going to be having a new topic when it comes to the Switch. As of right now, everyone has access to the online capabilities.
Yeah, I haven't tried 6 months?
It just says fall 17. It doesn't say specific. Okay. It doesn't have a specific date.
So somewhere between the 3
and 6 the free games that they give you with the subscription will start as of fall of 17. Obviously,
fucking bitches.
I expected as much.
But the one thing I don't like that Nintendo's doing, and we've said it before, is that they're going to take that game away.
I mean,
so you have month to play it.
That's what's still out there. It could change.
It could change. So everything's subject to change.
Nintendo typically is like, we do what we want, but
I know
you never know.
Like, you can sit there and yell at them unless people are unless it's hurting their bottom line, they don't do anything. We've said this before.
Yeah.
Unless they literally start hemorrhaging money, they're going to go, nope, we're good.
Because here's the thing. The people that are going to end up subbing for Nintendo's access to be able to play online are your hardcore Splatoon players, which I don't think...
We don't know, King. It's still up in there. The first game?
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
There's your hardcore Splatoon players, which I don't think is a real sentence.
Which I don't think is... Doom's the pro Splatoon player, man. You didn't know?
That makes sense. It's a 90% PvP game. He would. Yeah, I know you want to spread your pain around. Super Smash Brothers will bring people to sub for it.
Yeah.
Now here's the big
Mario Kart.
Here's a big question mark. Mario Kart, I think, will draw some
multiplayer,
but I think the big appeal to Mario Kart is still just the local play. Let's look at that.
I think that's just Nintendo in general, though, is multiplayer
for the most part, and that's why I think that they're gonna have to adjust something or make it dirt cheap. Make it so cheap that I don't even feel the fact that
Splatoon. Go ahead and look it up.
It's so in short, it's a third person shooter game over the shoulder, and the vast majority of the purpose of the multiplayer matches is to see which team can coat the most paint. No, white is not an option. They have green and blue and a bunch of other colors, but it's which team can get the most paint on the ground. It's kind of like it's I don't know what to call it. It's very unique in its gameplay. I had it on the Wii U. It was fun. Mechanically, it played.
I'll tell you right now, the Splatoon 2 announcement with that guy on the stage was the most cringeworthy thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's just... It just sucks because it's kind of a lot of the... We got to remember in Japan, a lot of stuff is meant to be punny, and it's meant to be theatrical. So we lose quite a bit in translation, and especially the guy translating for the poor dude. You remember the dude translating?
Oh god,
that was painful. I could have translated it better, and I don't even know how to say nothing in Japanese.
So yeah, but here's where the big question comes: this is everyone's answer to fighting used games,
right? Because
imagine if everyone has a dirt cheap option for a subscription
to play a bunch of old shit,
current shit, discounts, whatever.
Yeah.
All rolled into a small monthly sub. How often are you likely to go and
at some point though
buy a used game to just play it for a little bit, or you could just pay $5 a month and play whatever you want?
I mean,
or not whatever, but
whatever they have available.
Whatever they have available.
But I mean, I think there's always still going to be the market of people who want to just go and grab the game and own it because.
Well, here's where this is targeting. This is targeting more casual people. So $5 a month, that's nothing out of your pocket. And this is for people who want to play something. They're like, I need to play something while I'm waiting for this next game.
Right.
I haven't played these games. Let me sub $5, and I got this whole library of games to play.
Right.
They're more casual, and this is where a lot of stores try to get people. Is the casual people to try to get more casuals in to turn them into hardcore to
right. The circle of life.
Yeah, the whole circle of life, which we'll talk about again. Right. Just put out stuff there. First gen consoles. I don't know, man. So I mean, this is Xbox's answer to it. Origin already put out their answer, which is amazing. PlayStation's answer is ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever see a Steam option for this? I mean, obviously, used games aren't a thing on PC, so there's no market for it on PC.
No, but I mean, Origin that's not used either.
No,
it's just. But I don't know. As Steam. Valve would only be able to do their own or whatever's put on their platform. So I mean, I don't know. It's something that could.
They could make it as a vehicle for indie titles.
If they do something like Origin Access, get ready. They already have the huge user base. It's gonna
Steam. Yeah. They steamroll.
They will have subscriptions up the ass.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's valued pro consumer value. I mean, which Origin Access is. Like, I used to just laugh at it and but I'm like looking at it and like
Origin wants to update.
no. But I'm like, I'm sitting here like, as more games are coming, I'm like, this is fucking nice. I like it.
And it's it's hard to judge it because I remember when EA Access first came out, there was like 6 games on it, and I was like,
yeah,
this ain't worth it. I didn't care about 90% of the games, but the library's growing. It's more attractive for that.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that Xbox Game Pass, I think, or probably eventually evolve into something similar anyway. But the fact that it's a rotating catalog. I mean, what happens if I'm in the middle of some game?
If one game goes out, it saves it, and
right,
then you won't have access to it. You'll have to either go buy it or whatever. It gives you an option to buy it. The main thing is if they roll in a discount on the games as well.
The PlayStation Plus does. If
they roll in a discount, then yeah.
PlayStation Plus gives you a discount. Usually on anything that has a discount, you get an additional discount on it.
So I don't have to pay to play Rainbow Six Siege Online for PC. Good. So
I've still never played that game.
It's hard. Let's go into our next subject. Console makers fighting repair laws. This should piss off a lot of people. It shouldn't matter to everybody. So console makers are fighting repair laws. So there are multiple states. Alright, here, let me just start off this way. Console makers don't want you fixing your console.
No.
They want you to bring it to them.
Yes.
So some states are looking at legislation that will require console manufacturers to sell replacement parts and tools to independent companies and consumers at the same price they're sold to authorized retailers.
First off, I'll say I don't feel like they should be obligated to sell it for the same price.
I mean, if you're going to sell it to an authorized center, then why not sell it for the same price?
Wholesale pricing. If they're being forced to sell it, then they should be able to sell it at a retail markup.
Okay, I can see that.
Capitalism still has to have its
no,
somewhere.
I can see that.
But that's
as long as it's not too expensive.
Pricing.
And here's where I guess that's where it's coming from. Is right now it's a monopoly. It's
Xbox making your shit better. That is correct.
Yeah.
I will say though, I had a PS4 take a shit on me.
Yeah,
it died on me after probably around 2-ish years.
To be fair, they were first runs and they all had issues.
Yeah. It's their specific model. They had just had
mine had a few hiccups too.
But at the same time, my buddy Jetsonius, he still has. Well, he doesn't own it anymore. He gave it to a needy family.
I think mine's taking a shit on me because I think the disk drive's starting to not work.
That's a very common thing, but that's easy fix. Disk drive's an easy fix.
But so here's the thing. And they also want to make diagnostic manuals and software tools public. So you can sit there and figure out what the problem is.
Yeah.
Like what they do. They probably plug it into a few things like your car. They plug it into a few things, do a reader, boom, 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 tells you what the problem is.
Ah, yes. It's got a potato in the exhaust pipe.
Yep. There you go. So these are known as right to repair bills.
Okay.
Mainly being head up by a lot of blue states, New York, all the pretty much big ones.
Sure.
I think the big place being fought it's either Nebraska, I think, is the big area that this is going down.
They have time to play? Don't they have to go do some stuff with
the flyover state for sure? Yeah. Sorry to anyone who lives in Nebraska.
Well,
my family's from Nebraska.
Our mother's from Nebraska.
So the gaming industry obviously does not like this at all.
Little corn huskers.
So the ESA, the Entertainment, I forgot what the S stands for, Association, and other major trade groups argued that the bill would threaten consumer safety and security, is unnecessary, and mandates the disclosure of protected proprietary information. So my first takeaway was safety. Are they fucking booby trapping these things?
I'm all for boobies, but not when they're trapped.
Because all throughout their arguments is safety. Like I'm gonna open this up and it's gonna explode in my face.
I mean, they're probably talking about information safety or security more than anything else.
So The ESA has said that smartphones, computers, servers, and other devices are constantly at risk from hackers, and any weakening of those standards, such as sharing sensitive diagnostic tools, will increase risk to consumers. My big thing is consoles are already hacked. The Wii and DS had extensive homebrew communities around them, and shit. For example, and this is for real, my brother, when we were younger, he could literally go down the block from our old house, pay someone $50 to mod his Xbox to play burned games, and then the dude would sell any game you wanted. Any game. Didn't matter if it just came out. Any game, $3 for $20.
You want to say that again?
$3
for $20?
3 games for $20. Okay. Sorry.
Bloopers.
Because they don't want to. And then you're forcing a company to do that. What this is doing is it's allowing other companies. So say, these little mom and pop shops like iFixit or Repair Center or whatever. And they're like, oh, we'll repair your shit. But if you take it there, you void any warranty that you had.
Right. Blah,
blah, blah. This will allow them to actually grow businesses and actually they can go from being a little mom and pop shop.
Oh, I know.
I know, you're a bitch.
No.
3 games for $20.
He wanted to do it live. Right, let's fucking do it live.
And outside of consoles, name one company that is absolutely against this bill.
I mean, I know the answer.
Oh, what's the answer?
Manzanas.
Manzanas.
A.K.A. Apple. They just don't want you to be able to be self-sufficient.
Yeah, Apple.
This is what this is. They don't want... and by they, I mean all electronics companies that have a tool or a product that is widely used by common people who don't have some sort of fucking degree in electro whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Because someone who knows what they're doing can repair just about anything, diagnostic tools or not.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you monopolize who can and can't repair your system, then that's it. You're owning the entirety of the market. Of, hey, my system's broke. I literally cannot go to anyone else. That's why right now, a replacement battery for a 3DS or anything like that, you can't buy it. You can black market them off the street or whatever. But to get a hold of Nintendo or Sony or anybody to replace a simple fucking little tiny apparatus part of the system.
Oh no, seriously,
it's $100, $200 for a nothing job, a fucking 10-minute job.
Yeah, that you have to ship out.
You gotta ship it out.
You gotta ship it out. You gotta go without it for however long it fucking takes. Weeks. It can even be months.
They don't priority ship that thing.
Nope. And then you have to wait for it to come back, and it took.
You're right. They don't care about
10 seconds.
Yeah,
it took them 10 seconds. They didn't even unbox it all the way. They just opened the top, pulled it up, done, boxed it back up.
Seriously.
And then it sat there waiting to be shipped for hella long.
Forever. So
probably in a warehouse that has no heating or no air conditioning, whatever, and just sat there and baked for it.
So then here's the constant problems, right? Is with trying to balance that line of democracy. The company technically should have the choice, the option to whether or not they want to make their.
But at the same time, we put anti-monopoly laws in place to prevent.
But it's not by definition a monopoly.
And
that's the problem.
I guess it comes down to how much of the console do you actually own then. If they don't want you to, and if they could, they would outlaw you being able to even open it.
Well, I'm okay with tampering with the system, voiding a warranty. Just because. If Joe Blow goes into the system not knowing what the fuck he's doing, and Joe Blow's like, I could totally fix that for you. It's probably just something stupid, and I can fix it, and then he fucking messes it up worse.
Mm-hmm.
You chose as the consumer, as a purchaser of that item, to take that risk. Why should the company then have to pay for your fuck up? They shouldn't.
Well, who would pay for your fuck up?
If opening up a set, if I cracked open this switch right now, I'm voiding my warranties.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If I chose to crack it open, that's on me.
But this is saying that they should give you the manuals and diagnostic stuff to know what you're doing to open it and fix it yourself, and that way you're actually you have more knowledge in being able to do it yourself. Right. And you're still taking the risk of, if you open it, you fucked it up, it's on you.
True.
It's not on them anymore. They gave you all the tools for you to fix it.
So then the solution then...
it would still void a warranty.
Let's use Nintendo for the example. In the box, they send you the manuals and everything that you could possibly need to learn. Like it's like buying a shop manual for your car.
Yes.
You're learning everything. You have now the access.
And they could sell it too. Like I'm not saying this has to be.
I bought my shop
I
manual.
think they're saying it needs to be free. Yeah, they want it to be made public, which means free.
Right.
They could sell it as long as they're not selling it, $100 for this fucking manual.
I agree. We were probably thinking King like for fans or like replacement of like a button. Because if I jam the shit out of my A button and I want to replace the A button, I can't go buy an A button.
And that's what they're saying here is that they should be able to sell replacement parts. You should be able to go, hey, call up Nintendo. Look, fucked up my A button. I need another one. Or, I broke the spring underneath. I need another spring.
Yeah.
All right. It'll be blah, blah, blah.
It'll be, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
However much they charge. But they also don't charge you, $30 for a spring smaller than my pinky.
But then the moment that you then choose to go and replace the spring yourself, you're voiding your warranty.
Yes, you're voiding your warranty. But you're able to fix it.
So I guess then, okay, so I could agree with that if like you call up, you're talking to customer service, like, okay, you have two options. We can send you the part, you can try to do it yourself, or you can send us the broken part,
and we'll charge you blah blah
to do it ourselves.
And half the time, no one will send it back in. Some people will. There's always those people that will pay the extra to have a professional do it.
I probably would.
I would be like, I'm fixing that shit right now.
I don't. If it's something very simple that I was very confident that I could do, but if it was like, I don't know. Think of any example or is anything more. But I'm not very. I don't do little fucking.
See, I love doing that shit. It's different. But see, that's what I'm saying. You would keep your warranty,
right?
You would keep your warranty, and they would fix it. And here's the other thing, though. Like, say your warranty only lasts 1 year.
Sure.
Now you need your replacement part.
Right. Which is what it is.
And Microsoft. I wanted to go back to the 360. They did what 2-3 years, and then after that it was like only 1 year or whatever. And then that's when problems wouldn't actually happen, and then you need to fix your shit. But if you opened it, you void your warranty. But if you told them it broke, they tell you go buy another one. And the reason why they would tell you to go buy another one is that because they know that A, you're not going to get it fixed. There's nowhere you can go, or B, you already have this extensive catalog of games for the 360. You don't want to give it up just because your 360 is broken. You'd rather fix it. So what they're banking on is that you'll go to GameStop, trade it in for fucking pennies, and hopefully buy a brand new one, not another used one, because yours broke. So you want a new one.
Broke. I better get a new one.
Which means they get money off of it. So that's what they're banking on. And this just kind of this is a more pro-consumer thing. It gives you the right or the ability to start fixing your shit and not... I mean, yes, I'm fine with it voiding a warranty as long as I'm still allowed to fix it. And I can get the parts that I need. I can call up Microsoft, Nintendo, whatever, and say, I need replacement part A, B, and C to fix this.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Or I start up my own shop.
But you have to understand that is... I know we're not a political show, but that's a step away from free market.
Yes,
that's a step closer to totalitarian.
It's more pro-consumer, which is
totalitarian.
and then yes, I know.
So that's
we know where I am. There's a balance that I want.
And I know, like I said, I know we're not politics, but that's what I then consider is like, okay, yes, it's pro-consumer. So on the entirety of me, that's pro-consumer is like, all right, let's do it. But then that part of me that's like,
but they do specifically have a monopoly on the repairs of these things,
right?
Which is
here's the other.
If you want to narrow down the monopoly laws,
right.
They have a specific monopoly on repairs of these because, for example, Apple doesn't even have authorized fix-it centers. You have to go to Apple. You have to talk.
They did briefly,
and then they stopped it.
Right.
Because Apple wasn't happy with how GameStop was.
GameStop was making off of it.
Yep. Nope. They weren't happy with it. They'd rather have you go talk to a genius at the Genius at the Genius bar.
Fuck.
Genius. Sit there and talk to them and take hella long to fucking just replace a broken screen.
I mean,
a lightly cracked screen too.
Well, that's the other thing too. The screen replacement, I guess, is different because I know that there's a couple spots where you can get your screen replaced on just about any phone.
Yeah. But you run into the problem like one person that I know had their screen replaced and lost all their Wi-Fi. Like their Wi-Fi would no longer work because it was somewhere really close to the edge, and when they pulled off the screen, whatever, it jostled something and just made it so you couldn't. Your Wi-Fi was gone now.
Bye.
But because you had your screen replaced, the warranty's gone.
Right.
Yeah, and they wouldn't accept phones that were jailbroken as well. See, and this is Apple can just no. They get to pick and choose. This levels a competitive playing field.
Because I really like the idea of a mom and pop shop being able to open up and have access to these.
Yeah, they can call Microsoft and like, hey, we need some replacement parts. We're fixing some stuff, and they're authorized though. Yeah. So Microsoft says, okay, here's training manuals. Here's boom, boom, boom. I don't even care if you need a certificate from Microsoft. Like you do something now.
Do some sort of training and whatever.
Do something. They send you training material, whatever. You have to pass a quiz or test. Boom, boom. I don't care. Whatever.
Right.
And then, boom, now you're an authorized retailer, or not retail, but you're an authorized repair center. Mm-hmm. I keep fucking that. Authorized repair center, and then you can do what it opens up more jobs.
It opens up more jobs. Yeah.
It would be a job creator. I think this bill specifically, unfortunately, is more of, forcing the shit out of companies, where I'm more of a little lighter on that, where I'm like, no,
well, because think about it.
Tell them they need to open up.
What if Nintendo or Microsoft or whoever, tomorrow morning, Monday, they're like, hey, we're doing exactly this, and say this bill fails, and they're like, you know what, we want to be as pro-consumer as possible. Bam, we're going to be giving out. We're going to do everything. Parts. We're going to do replacement parts. We're going to sell them. Just call us up.
Then that'd be good. There would be no need for a bill
because then someone chose to do it. But no one's going to choose to do it until someone chooses to do it because they're like, well, fuck, no one else is doing it. Why would I make my market smaller in sense? Because, yes, but I think there could still be, because you could just charge a fucking assload for it. Charge an assload for I got a hit about spring under button A. Cool, $30. Better than spending $300, right?
It's better than spending $300.
So and that's what'll happen. Oh fuck, my spring under button X.
Well, because you gotta if you're gonna take it to an authorized repair center,
yeah,
you're paying for labor.
You're paying for labor.
So, how much is his time worth? How much is he getting paid? How much is he paying employees? Blah, 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 blah. So, yes, you need to charge for the parts. Yep. You can charge a little markup on those, and then you can charge a markup for your labor time.
No, I mean even straight, like you called up, company whatever, and you're like, hey, company whatever, I need this spring.
Apple or like whoever. Microsoft, Nintendo.
Who cares?
Like, hey, I need this spring for button A. Boom. Yeah. All right, $30.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, like,
as long as you can get the manuals and software diagnostic tools, right. And that's the other thing. Whether they come with the thing or they charge you for them. Like, I don't care. I'm all for companies making money,
right?
But I am also not on monopolies, which is what I think they have at the moment, especially Apple.
Especially Apple. Nobody likes Apple.
But I just thought this was really interesting.
Yeah, no, that's fun to look at.
I know it's a little political because,
because we were venturing into business rights, you know. But I can turn anything political.
Anything.
Water.
Hey. So, lots of projects ranging from refrigerators, cars, microwaves, and cameras, etc. all have had issues where companies want to keep a lock on fixing them using the same arguments that console makers are. Here's one of the things. Limited authorized channels result in inflated high repair prices and high overturn of electronic items, the legislators who introduced the New York bill wrote. Another concern is the large amount of electronic waste created by inability to affordably repair broken electronics.
True.
That's another thing.
I guess that's a green option.
It is a green option. Is let me fix it instead of just throwing it in a Chinese landfill, which is where almost 90-something% of all electronics end up, is in China.
Really?
They end up in China, in like this electronic landfill, and then people go through and strip out all the gold components.
Hell yeah! I mean, fuck, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's the other angle. Wide availability of repair options is greener.
It is greener. Yeah.
One,
exactly.
It's
less waste. You're not.
Waste.
I can fix it. I don't have to toss it.
Well, I mean, because that's how you upgrade an Apple. You throw it out the window.
Oh,
the new phone's out.
That's exactly what happens. Because
it's ridiculous. But okay.
So yeah, this is that.
That's interesting. It'd be interesting to keep an eye on and see how that pans out.
Yeah, because it's multiple states, and as we know,
California,
every state.
One of them?
I don't think so. I don't think California's a part of this at the moment.
Surprising. We're Silicon Valley.
I know.
Why is it not an issue?
But whatever.
Why aren't we funding this? Smart my favorite thing with Peter and Family Guy.
Ugh.
He's all messed up and broken. He goes into a stem cell research lab.
I know.
And they put stem cells in him or whatever, and he's like all good. He's like, why aren't we funding this?
I remember that.
Do you know Florida is one of them? I mean, Florida doesn't matter anyway, but do you know Florida wasn't?
No, it's like I think Idaho.
I think there's
it's random.
I think at Florida they're still trying to figure out the results of the Civil War. So
just getting on Doom, huh?
Yeah. He doesn't like his state anyway. I mean, we're in the same boat. We don't like our state either.
Actually, no, I don't know if he doesn't like his state. I don't think I've ever
you
bashed
shouldn't.
him.
If you do, shame.
What?
King King likes Florida? You like oranges?
Yeah, I think he's from Florida.
Oh, so are you.
Most of my followers are all from Florida.
Well, that makes sense. We are a pretty shitty
Why
show.
am I about to say Osiris? Orissa. Fuck you, Soundbot. So, we got a new
challenger.
I know, right?
Oh, speaking of new challengers, the re-release for Marvel Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the Ultimate Remix Kool-Aid Grape Flavor Sound Edition, is out on the 7th.
What is?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got confused as fuck.
Exactly.
What were you saying?
Exactly. The new Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate Remix Street Fighter Ultra HD
Capcom.
Alpha Omega God is One edition coming out March 7th for PS4 and Xbox One in case you're interested.
Oh, okay.
I'm not, but if you were.
On to the next thing. Let me see if I can get a picture of Orissa.
Orissa. I'm super stoked. New tank. Literally. Damn near.
And images.
Imágenes.
Boom, perfect.
That's a good one.
Oh, fucking bitch.
You suck at pulling pictures from the internet. You already had one.
No.
Delete. Save image. There you go. Good job.
There it goes. Okay.
This fool.
I know, right? Just fucking problems out the yin yang.
I'm firing our producer.
Firing our producer.
Yep.
That'd be me.
Oh.
Test how.
Well, I got news for you.
Boom. Okay. There's our new tank.
The moving Bastion. Yeah.
This is a movie passion. Let's get right into it.
This is Bastion's Bay.
Let's get right into the news.
This is Bastion's Bay, yo.
So, Orissa, here we go. Let's get right into it. So, Fusion Driver is her left click. Automatic projectile cannon delivers sustained damage but slows her movement while she fires it.
So
apparently, her damage is on par with Bastion. She holds 200 bullets. It does 12 damage per shot at a rate of 12 shots per second, which means it depletes in about 16 seconds to sustain fire before a reload of 2.5 seconds. It's a projectile-based weapon, so it's not hit scan. So it behaves more like Mercy's pistol than Soldier 76's rifle. His rifle's hit scan, not projectile-based.
Okay.
And then she moves pretty quickly for a tank. Right off the bat, I can tell without her even when she's not firing.
Right.
So she's kind of a fast tank.
It looks like she moves more. I don't know. Diva speed.
This ability though is pretty much an on-call. It's not even an alt.
No,
So
halt.
Yeah, halt. It's like Zarya. It shoots a ball.
Hey, get over
And
here.
then she can detonate the
God
ball
damn.
essentially, and it pulls people, groups
And the
them
little
together.
clip we're watching, there's 4 characters standing fairly far away from each other, and they all just get zoinked in together. That's
all
pretty
grouped.
nasty. And Hanzo just runs like a bitch.
Her paired with a Pharah
Game.
or anyone who can just AoE splash damage or anything.
Farah, give me a Farah, Spam Rat.
So this ability is similar to Zarya's ult, except there's no duration to it. The energy
Right.
ball, which she can detonate at will, sucks in every enemy near it and then immediately releases them. Depending on its range, it seems pretty powerful. Being able to pull people off of ledges and all kinds of stuff and just pull them all together that's strong.
Right.
She's supporty for a tank.
Right.
The other one's Fortify. So this one, there's nothing to really see. It's just temporarily reduces the damage she takes, and she cannot be affected by action impairing effects. So she's CC immune, crowd control immune.
Interesting.
So she gets pretty much a self armor buff, and then CC immune. Let's see. Seeing the Fortified opportunities will contribute greatly to Arissa's survivability, as she has a health pool of only 400 points, though 200 of that is armor. So she takes less damage on the armor.
Right.
The other thing is protective barrier, so she throws out a shield wherever she wants it.
Okay. Do we think it's gonna be similar to Reinhardt's, where we can shoot through it and they can't?
Yeah, I believe you can shoot through. I don't know why she's not shooting through. I've seen people shooting through it. At least I thought. Yeah, throws out a stationary barrier that can protect her and her allies from any fire. Yeah, another barrier. Looks like a large stationary version of Reinhardt's shield.
Yeah.
Versus barrier is 900 health, which means it takes 3 rockets from Farah to crack and a total of 8 to be destroyed. If its health holds out, the barrier lasts 20 seconds. Okay. And then it looks like the cooldown is 12 seconds, but the cooldown starts the moment you throw it out, not when it breaks.
Oh, okay, interesting. Well, that's good, because then you can stay mobile.
And then her ult is a little weird. It's just a buff. It's a stationary buff, too. So she throws out this little thing that like supercharges everyone and increases all the damage they do. As long as you stay within line of sight, I think, of this thing.
I mean, that's for point defense, for sure.
This is meant to either hold the line or, as you're pushing up, make sure, like, boom, we're standing right here and we're not getting pushed back. So, she's got strong push potential by helping her team push.
Which is, I mean,
yeah,
that's fine.
So, she's pretty low health, though. Unfortunately,
400 for a tank. I mean,
what was Reinhardt and shit?
Reinhardt's like gotta be 500.
Okay, well, it's not that much.
I know Roadhog has the most at 6, I think.
And then a 900 shield.
Yeah.
It probably will.
Yeah. Put on the payload and get going.
So in this, like I said, this thing, it's just line of sight of it essentially. So
and then you combo it with you put the shield in front of yourself.
See, look, it stays with them as they moved out. So
I mean, you put the shield in front of yourself, and then you drop down your little totem. Wham bam.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
You know. I wonder if it'll double stack with Anna's boost.
Ooh.
I wonder if it'll double stack.
Supercharge somebody.
I mean, holy shit.
Like, imagine a Widow with that plus Mercy, with Anna's supercharge. And Mercy. Like, everyone just...
Oh my god, what that...
I don't know. I wonder if it all... Because if it all stacks, she's one-shotting everybody. Boom, 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 boom. Shield gone. One shot. Look. That would be disgusting if it all stacks.
Yeah.
So this thing, it's a 25-meter radius, lasts 15 seconds, and the supercharger itself has 200 health. So it's half her health.
Oh, see, so there's a disadvantage to it. They can fucking just...
You can destroy the thing.
1 Pharaoh rocket, right? 2.
About 2, I think. And she can also just throw the shield on the other side of it, too.
I mean, yeah, but...
And that has 900, and that's 8 rockets to destroy all the way.
Right.
So, I mean, and then by then, that thing, she can't shoot 8 rockets within 15 seconds.
No, you can't.
So...
But a high noon, it's probably targetable through a high noon.
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I thought high noon only targeted specifically people.
No, pretty sure I've seen it target turrets.
Okay.
Well, I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong.
Hey, whatever.
I'm probably wrong.
So that's Overwatch's new character, Orisa.
I kind of like the lore behind it, too. Like the girl from Numbani made her or whatever.
Yeah, the 11-year-old or whatever.
Like broken parts or whatever, so that's pretty cool.
And now let's get Proby.
Proby, the Protoss probe.
He's interesting. He's going to be hard. I don't know where he's going to fit because he can't do anything without setting down pylons.
Well, can any Protoss?
No.
Construct more pylons. It better say that. It better fucking say that when you go try to do an ability and you don't have it.
Need
Construct
additional
more
pylons. Proby. He's gonna probe you.
Proby. Hey. Ain't no Proby.
Where's Proby? There we go.
There.
Boom.
QXP5M792.
There we go.
Proby.
There's Proby. And let's get down to him. So, we got a little Protoss worker for Heroes of the Storm.
That's pretty funny.
So his trait is Warp and Pylon. The key to any Protoss base is pylons.
Yep.
Without a pylon, Probius has no mana regeneration, but when near one, they regenerate mana incredibly fast. So he has no mana regeneration without a pylon put down.
Okay.
Going from nothing to full mana in about 7 seconds.
That makes sense.
With this trait, Probius spawns a pylon at its specified location. So here we go. His mount is Worker Rush. Obviously, he doesn't ride horses. So he moves 10% faster than other heroes and can activate the ability to move 50% faster for 5 seconds, and it has a 40-second cooldown. And if they're interrupted during it, the effect ends instantly. This is the only ability that gives Probius any mobility. You just escape when needed, and know when it's unavailable, so you don't put yourself at too much risk. So your mount is your get the fuck out. Probius Q, Disruption Pulse. Disruption Pulse is a line skill shot that deals a reasonable amount of damage and pierces through enemies. On its own, it's plain, but interacts with Probius' W ability, forming the main chunk of their potential in a fight. While it can be used on its own, the true focus is on using this with Warp Rift. So, it's just a straight line skill shot that does damage. Here's Warp Rift. It's the W. Because the laws of time and space don't matter to Probius, they can create Warp Rifts in a lane which slows enemies. It takes a second to activate, and Probius can also cause it to explode, dealing a large amount of damage to any enemies caught within it. This ability is on a charge-based system, and 2 charges can be held at once, which a possible talent choice increasing this to 3. So, you slow them down, hit them with the Disruption Pulse, and then blow it. This is what I'm guessing for wombo combo damage.
So it causes it to explode. Okay. Doing a large amount of damage to any enemies caught in it. Alright,
so it slows you while you're in it, which lets Proby get the Q off.
Right.
And then you hit him with that because it does a reasonable amount of damage, and then detonate this for a large amount of damage, so you're getting that wombo combo.
And then Mountain Run.
Well,
you can do 2.
You can do 2 of them and up to 3 with if you get a certain talent.
Wait, a second? It takes a second to activate, and Proby can also cause it to explode. It must be a different button than to make it explode, because if you have a charge of 2.
True.
So, interesting.
Photon Cannon is the E, which I love. I love turrets. The primary defensive structure for the Protoss is the Photon Cannon. Proton. And Probius can create one inside the range of a pylon to attack a nearby enemy. It can be used to create a defensive line that Probius can fall behind and stay safe if needs be.
Okay.
So, looking nice. And then the ultimate is Pylon Overcharge or Null Gate. So, if Probius is able to set up a number of pylons and photon cannons, they're able to create a veritable fortress with Pylon Overcharge. It causes pylons to gain an incredibly long-range attack. Both the pylons and photon cannons will shoot down any nearby enemy heroes, giving Probius strong defensive capabilities if able to set up beforehand. Null Gate doesn't require the setup of Pylon Overcharge. With this heroic, Probius creates a vector-targeted wall, so it can be placed in any direction, that deals a small amount of damage and constantly heavily slows all enemies caught in it. The slow is huge and helps you keep enemies where you want them. Alright, so it looks like Probius this is going to be difficult, so I don't know. There's a lot of potential here.
Crowd control-y.
I don't think the Pylon Overcharge is going to be the meta. It's probably going to be this Null Gate.
I mean, the Null Gate. I mean, the Pylon Overcharge I see only useful like if you're fucking stuck in a hole and you had somehow time to.
I think people are going to grab this though because it's team fight.
Yeah,
so either like you guys are going in, if Probius can throw this on the other side of the lane and behind them, they're not escaping.
Bye.
You literally controlled the fight. You're right there. It's not going anywhere.
That's interesting. I would not have considered them bringing in a fucking
Protoss probe.
Protoss probe. Named Probius. Proby.
Little interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, boom, and remove. All right, so
Mass Effect sucks.
Mass Effect. So we're gonna hop over to
The Andromeda system.
this one. Here we go. So first off, and then let me pull up another picture here for us. Yeah. Podcast. And I think it's this one.
Nope.
Nope.
Wrong.
It doesn't matter. Close that down, and then there we go. So we're gonna start off with this. This is the multiplayer.
Okay.
Color
customization.
Color customization. You get color tint 1 and 2, 3, pattern select, and then pattern color. So pretty much similar to what was in
Mass Effect 3.
In Mass Effect 3, but we actually have an entire
ring.
RGB color wheel
That's
now,
pretty cool.
which is nice.
Yeah.
The next one is, I'll just fucking remove these as we go through.
Make your life easier.
Yep. Okay, so there's multiple things to note here. First off, we're looking at
Totally
human,
unnamed.
female, Vanguard, level 7. You can even see it right there.
Yeah.
So, health, shields, the 3 skills, Charge, Nova, and Shockwave. Which I believe the Vanguard had these exact same skills in Mass Effect 3. One cool thing is the bonus stat. Looks like we're going to be getting bonus stats, and this is probably going to be through prestiging your character.
Your character, okay.
Another thing is your Apex rating up here. I have no idea what that is.
Maybe it's how much of a predator you are.
The other thing is to note is this is a common class, and you'll notice that there's colored rims around each of the characters.
Those are gold.
So I'm guessing, the more rare you go.
Do you have to find them?
So you're gonna open up boxes to get them, and then
How do we earn the boxes?
through play.
Okay.
You can either cash to open boxes or earn them in game. And if you played on the harder difficulties and you had a coordinated group, you actually get quite a bit. We used to be able to get pretty much a box every game or two.
Okay.
If you played on hard day, so it wasn't bad. Wasn't that bad.
All right.
And then you also get weapons through the boxes, and there's a whole bunch.
All right.
One thing to note.
We're skipping this game, right?
Oh yeah. We're skipping Mass Effect. One thing to note is look how small the.
No, there's an assload of characters.
There's a lot of characters. They said you're able to scroll down.
Well,
and there's 20 here.
Right, but okay. Now I'm trying to see
3, 4, 5, 5, 10.
Well, because
15, 20.
the first two and the second two look exactly like each other.
Male and female versions. Male and female versions. Male and female versions.
Okay.
So it looks like there's going to be a ton of characters. This is just showing us 20, but as you can see, you can also move down. I can't really show with my finger, but on the left side, to the top left of the character, you'll see the little white thing to let you know where you are.
The scroll bar.
The scroll bar. Then there is. Oops, I don't know why I keep doing properties.
What's your first time doing this?
I know, right? And then we're on the last one, which is this is a human male infiltrator. Obviously you can see here also level 7, sticky grenade, tactical cloak, incinerate, blah blah blah. If this is anything like Mass Effect 3, when you leveled up infiltrator, you leveled up all the infiltrators at the same time.
So then it would just flavor whether you played male or female.
And not even just that though. So every single person tagged with infiltrator, they all had different abilities. The male and females had the same. The human male and human female always had the same ones. It was just flavor.
Like a Turian infiltrator would have a different
set.
Okay.
But if you leveled up any of them, you leveled up the whole line.
Would it make sense to just kind of make one customizable?
What do you mean?
Like if you had human infiltrator, and you can just choose to make it male or female, and then choose different abilities that they can have.
Then you wouldn't be able to put them in a crate and sell them.
I know, but that's stupid.
Just telling you what they were looking at, man.
Bioware. Fuck you guys for this.
But this is going to be the only way to play some other characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Stick your tactical cloak.
Like, you could just unlock the customizations in the same method. You could just unlock the customizations in the same method in the crate. Like, oh, you unlock the ability to make yourself look like a Turian. Bloop. You unlock the ability to make yourself look like a Krogan. Bloop.
Oh, they
and
could.
The female Krogan, bloop. Female Turian. Bloop. Nobody wants to play those, but they're there.
Actually, there's a female Turian right there.
I know nobody's gonna play that one. Watch.
Why?
Because nobody wants to play a female Turian.
You don't want to. You don't want to get with Vetra, your female Turian companion.
I'm cool.
Makes too much sense, Jackson. I
Dude,
know.
I know. It makes too much sense. I had someone at the store cancel their pre-order on Mass Effect.
For what?
It was going to be too explicit.
Are they talking about when someone said softcore porn?
I believe so.
That was a joke.
I believe so.
It literally Aaron Green, I think it was Greenberg or Eric Flynn, whatever. One of the guys over at BioWare, he said it and then he said, I was joking around.
Sarcastic.
I was being sarcastic
Because they're like, oh, we really earned our M rating this time, and it's like, what, you didn't earn it last time? So, this person, yes, was I can't remember.
But were they afraid to become a weeaboo or something?
No, I think they were just afraid of sex. I'm like, yeah, you can get a little romantic with your person, and apparently this time, it's an M rating. It can't be that bad because I didn't get an adult only rating, and Grand Theft Auto exists.
It went from partial nudity to full nudity, and apparently it's like softcore porn where you get the front. You don't like.
There's someone be able to see some Asari titties.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe a little bush. Who knows?
Nice. They don't have hair. Oh God! What if it's just like tentacles? No! Oh God!
That's on another channel.
That's the after hours conversation.
The after hours.
Oh God.
Oh God.
But yeah, this person canceled because it was going to be too explicit, and he's like, I'm not an explicit person. Obviously.
I'm not.
Would you have sex with your shirt on too?
No. There are people.
Oh, hold on. Oh, we're about to have sex. Hold on, I'm going to put my socks back on.
Oh, no. Can't be too explicit.
I wouldn't want
sex. It's dirty.
I know. I don't want you to see me naked.
Get the fuck out.
We have 4 kids together. No, it's scary.
It's scary. No. Fucking. I can't even, dude.
I don't get it.
There's too much.
Oh, man.
Okay.
All right, so this one was kind of
this should be fun. Who requested this?
My buddy Jetsonia sent this to me, and it's like I was telling you before. He's like, I can't really debunk these, but some of these just seem like there's be an easy explanation for some of this shit. I'm like, no, there totally is. I just read the first page, and I was like, oh, this is the explanation for that.
Actually, it's
That's
2
2
words.
words.
Yeah. Pluffles.
Fluffles.
Let's debunk 16 plot holes in Star Wars. And now I don't know if I can debunk all 16.
I don't know either, but
I skimmed through them and I was able to easily debunk some. Some I couldn't really. Like I made stretches, but we'll see. And this is pretty much off the cuff. I only skimmed. So the number one first question. You want to text Judsonia?
He's on.
See?
He's
okay. He's all right. Number 16. Why doesn't anyone recognize C-3PO and R2-D2? Before I even get into this, and here, let me... The people at thethings.com, I don't think anyone did any research into this. Here, I'll post a link here.
She showed all her work aside for this conversation. There's a link if
There's
you
the link you can follow along and see what they say versus what I say.
So to start with this first one, okay, we don't want to be racist, but all droids look the same.
Pretty much.
Because they're kind of like built in a factory.
Kind of, but C-3PO wasn't. But he got his parts from a pre-built
factory.
Yeah, from pre-built parts. So like when he was building a protocol droid, he grabbed protocol droid parts. C-3PO is like there are others that look just like him. Point in fact, look at Cloud City when you had the silver protocol droid.
Dude, in episode 1, when Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan are on the ship, there's one that looks exactly like C-3PO. So the question is, why doesn't anybody recognize C-3PO and R2-D2?
Because 1, they're droids. 2, droids typically get their memory wiped constantly.
True.
So the fact that you knew C-3PO several years ago doesn't mean he knows who the fuck you are now.
True.
Because they're supposed to get wiped.
So, specifically, this one asks of it goes about.
Oh, Obi-Wan saying I don't remember owning any droids or whatever.
So here's the thing with Obi-Wan, he's a goddamn filthy liar.
Yes, he is. From his certain point of view.
I love Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's fantastic. He's one of my favorite Jedi Masters for sure. But he is definitely a manipulator of words.
Yes, he is.
You just look at the first three movies, 4, 5, 6, and you see that he fucking says, "Well, from a certain point of view, I wasn't lying to you." Okay, so he was using alternative facts.
Yeah, he does that all the time. And then right here it says, okay, so he may not have owned them, but didn't he fight in constant battles with R2 at his side? Yes, but that doesn't mean he remembers...
No, they don't.
all droid lives matter. But that doesn't mean he specifically remembers R2-D2. You gotta remember, one, he's older.
So
two, he's seen a bajillion astromech droids.
Yes, but there's a better explanation. In the novelization, it's still canon, novelization of Episode 4. There is a scene where Luke has the helmet and he's training with the lightsaber thing. Han Solo peers over at Obi-Wan Kenobi, who happens to have R2 standing next to him. R2 beeps something, whatever, and Obi-Wan puts his hand on R2 and says, just whispers and barely discernible, "It's good to fly with you again, my old friend." And Han Solo, it was so faint and so fast. It's in the novelization. Han Solo was like, "Wait, did he just say that?" Like, he wasn't even sure he actually heard that. But in the novel, it's explained. Yes, he recognized it as R2 because R2, and I mean, you look at the Clone Wars.
In the grand scheme of things, does it matter that Obi-Wan recognizes him and that it's addressed? No. Does it change anything about the movies? No,
it doesn't. But so the novelization came out before even episodes 1, 2, and 3 came out. Yes. So before the fact that R2 that it was established R2 was Padme's and all that kind of bullshit. In the book, it was established that yes, Obi-Wan recognized him, but he's keeping the facade up of old Ben Kenobi for Luke, essentially.
What else did they say? And it seems as if the droids themselves had trouble recognizing each other. Easily explained. They get their memory wiped. I think R2 is the only one who has never had his memory wiped, or he hasn't had it wiped for a very, very long time. He didn't have it wiped the entire time he was with Anakin. And he didn't have it wiped when he was with Luke.
So, but he may have had it wiped between episodes 3 and 4?
He could have.
Right.
He could have.
Maybe. But,
Because at some point, R2-D2 and C-3PO became the property of Wedge Antilles after Episode 3 and before 4. And then we know what happens in 4. They become property of Luke's.
Right. Well... They're really his uncles.
But Wedge could have had them wiped.
I mean, they're really his uncles, but fucking Luke stole them like a little thief.
Moreover, why didn't R2 ever mention to Luke that Darth Vader was his father? Because R2 either A, didn't know.
I think he didn't know.
Yeah, R2 never saw him, as far as I remember.
The only person that knew who
the only Vader actually were like the Jedi, which were wiped out. For the most part.
So pretty much Obi-Wan, Yoda, maybe a couple random people here and there knew.
Yeah.
That is it. That was the entire mystery of it. Yeah. R2 himself.
There were these records where, and you can also, the Emperor went on this giant purge of wiping information and everything out. So not everyone knew. And it went so, what is that?
Beauty incarnate.
Why do you have it?
Oh, just because.
Okay.
Makes me feel safe.
So, yeah, So, I think I can safely say that's debunked.
I feel that's safely
debunked. So, we got one debunked.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
They can tell me to stop it. I have this.
Number 15. How could Anakin have built C-3PO?
Misa is confused.
Okay, so they say, while we were on the topic, how did Lucas think it was believable that Anakin, who was 9 years old at the time, built C-3PO? Which is what we are sold in Episode 1. When Anakin brings Padme, Jar Jar Binks, and Qui-Gon
Jinn. They spelled Padme wrong.
Back to...
It says Padma.
I know. They forgot the asterisk. Or, no, the E.
No, it's an E. It's an E in accent.
Yeah, E in accent, yeah. They're saying it's not like C-3PO was some dinky little robot fetching things for his master. He was an extremely complex protocol droid, fluent in over 6 million formulas. Yeah, so, one, droids are programmed, and he worked at a junk shop where he probably picked up junk parts, and... That's how it works. And plus, he was a child prodigy. He was Very.
He was damn near a certifiable genius.
He essentially he's a savant when it comes to flying and machinery. Period.
Right.
Which
So-
is funny because he comes mostly machine, and there's a whole thing.
That's
to that.
the poetry of it.
Yeah, that's the poetry of it.
So I read the rest of this. I can sum it up. So that's the confusion, and then the final confusion. Oh, is this the next part?
Oh, and then he's magically complete in Attack of the Clones. Watto could have finished fixing him up. All he needed was a coat of paint and some other parts.
Shmi still owned.
Yeah, Shmi still owned him. Like he was
C-3PO
still
at the end.
there. Yeah,
So I stay with my mom, and that's what he did because
and
then
Watto probably cleaned him up, put some more parts on him, and had C-3PO working for him.
Yeah.
For the most part. And then he went over with. He ended up in the. He didn't stay with Watto, right? He ended up being part of Owen and all them. With when Shmi got married to.
Yeah, I
Owen.
believe so.
Yeah, they ended
so.
up getting C-3PO. Yeah.
Well, because then
So
C-3PO,
that's how that works.
by the time of Attack of the Clones, C-3PO's out there doing shit with R2 and everything.
Yeah.
So okay. So that's that one. I feel that one was easily also debunked. He was a fucking genius. He was literally the goddamn chosen one. What do you want?
So debunked. So we got two.
Two.
Number 14. Luke learns to be a Jedi in just a couple hours. This is patently false. They had to. You only have so many time in a movie.
Right.
And just because you're seeing multiple things happen concurrently doesn't mean they are happening concurrently.
Right.
Their trip could have for one during Empire. So what they're saying is during Empire Strikes Back, when Luke travels to Dagobah to train with Master Yoda, you have Han and Leia going over to Cloud City, or they had to avoid the Death Star and the bounty hunters and all that crap. And then they went to Cloud City. When they were hiding in the asteroid, that was a very long period of time. It wasn't actually short.
Right.
They were there for a very long time. Then you had the trip from there
To Cloud City.
Mm-hmm. And then they spent quite a bit of time at Cloud City too. It wasn't just a few. This whole time frame wasn't a few days.
No.
This was more like a month or two of total time.
Easily that amount of time. And
then we still come to the thing, well, he learned to become a Jedi Master and blah, blah, blah. Luke is Vader's, or Anakin.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I know. Son. Like, he has part of that. Yeah, time elapse, cinematic saving grace. Exactly. That's what it is.
And I mean, furthermore, he's a Skywalker. These people fucking shit force.
Yeah.
Like,
his son, Ben, but it's no longer canon, was extremely smart. He was good with the Force, but he was also smart as hell. Like, the entire line were smart people.
Yeah, it was. They were kind of created for that.
Yeah.
Like, quite literally.
For instance, Anakin was born of the Force, and these are children of the Force.
It's like you're talking about Jesus' kids.
Yeah, it's
like they're gonna do extraordinary shit. But
yeah, it's like,
and then to kind of put a bow on it, when Luke left, Yoda's like, "Your training's not done. Where the fuck are you going?"
Yeah, and guess who lost that fight? Luke. Yeah, I mean, come on. He didn't win. He didn't just go win, and then the movie stopped, and that was the end of the franchise.
Thanks,
yeah, all right.
No,
he went. He lost.
He was not prepared.
He put up a fight and you also got to remember, Yoda was number one when it came to lightsaber combat.
He was the best swordsman.
So he was being trained by the number one when it came to lightsaber combat. So how he was able to hold his own? He was trained by Yoda.
You learn from the best. And then at the time that they faced each other in Cloud City, Vader already knew that Luke was his son.
Vader already knew.
So he was going easy on him.
Yeah.
Potentially.
He wasn't. The only reason Vader took off his hand and fought him as hard as it is because Luke was beating his ass.
Right.
And then Vader's anger came over, gave him a surge in the DarkSide power, which allowed him to fucking overcome Luke and then take off his hand because Luke had lost sight and lost composure.
Sir Sebastian says Jasonian is lame.
Sir Sebastian.
So, sorry, that's his brother, twin brother. Who's not watching?
Oh, he said he's not watching with him.
I'm confused. They're just not. They're not watching together. Is that what?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. Jetsonius, you suck.
Okay, there you go. Got that out of the way. All right, so that's debunked 2, so that's 3.
That's 3.
All right, now we're on to number 13.
Here. Can we call it a kill streak yet?
Yeah.
UAV.
Who really trained Obi-Wan Kenobi? This is easy, too.
Wasn't it Qui-Gon?
No. It was Yoda. It was yes, it was Yoda. Yoda trained him. Well, they all trained him.
I was going to say, at that time...
Yoda trained all younglings.
Yes.
So, when they're going, they all have multiple masters.
They all have multiple masters.
So...
I happen to be a little familiar with how Qui-Gon took Obi-Wan, because Qui-Gon didn't want another apprentice.
Yes, he didn't. So, speaking of Jedis being trained by Yoda, this is what these people say. Speaking of Jedis being trained by Yoda, in Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Obi-Wan tells Luke, "You will go to the Dagobah system, there you will learn from Yoda, the Jedi Master who instructed me." Then, when Yoda has some hang-ups about training Luke, Obi-Wan says, "Was I any different when you taught me?" Yoda trained all younglings. And then they also had multiple masters, and then when when you weren't youngling anymore and you became an apprentice or a Padawan, then you got assigned to a master. And you didn't always stick with that master 100% of the time.
They would be assigned to teach you a skill
or a certain thing. And then for Obi-Wan, he was assigned with Qui-Gon to learn more about the living force, which is what Qui-Gon's specialty was.
So I guess I'm the medium for a set of twin brothers sitting next to each other and not wanting to say fuck each other. So fuck you, Jetsonius, and fuck you, Sir Sebastian.
Oh yeah, we cuss on this fucking channel. Yeah. So fuck all you fucks. You know?
The fuck.
So you have to click that. Yes, this is a mature channel I want to watch.
Fuck, fuckity fuck.
So yes. And then they say, however, in Episode 1, Phantom Menace, Obi-Wan was the Padawan apprentice of Qui-Gon. Never once is it mentioned that he trained under Yoda. They covered that. You see Yoda training younglings. He trained all the younglings. And it was covered in the expanded universe, and it was covered in all the novelizations.
It's easily in canon.
Easily in canon.
And, okay, I'm not going to be able to remember the exact episode or season, but in Clone Wars, it's canon. Which is canon.
Thank God.
It's addressed that Master Yoda trains younglings in kind of the basics of saber combat in the beginning, and then, as we said before, it goes on.
And then some go specifically to him to learn lightsaber skills later on as well.
Yeah. So the biggest thing to keep in mind, too, is not only keep in mind how many Jedis existed at the time, but the fact that fucking everybody got trained by fucking everybody, damn near. Fucking Darth Tyrannus, Count Dooku, was trained by Master Yoda at one point. He was actually his apprentice.
Yeah.
For a good while.
So, another one down. Headshot. Whole freaking scene of him teaching a class. Come on, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, and that's actually in Episode 3.
Yeah.
You see that.
He's teaching a whole class. Not even Episode 3. Back when they learned about Kamino during Attack of the Clones.
Well, no, I'm talking at the end.
Obi-Wan goes to him with the thing and says, I'm missing a star system. And he has the younglings help him.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It was there. And then...
Because they had to put that in there, because later on Anakin comes in and just beats all these redheaded Sith children. With a lightsaber forever and dead.
So that's 4, boom, headshot.
I'm going to train you like Anakin trained the younglings.
Right, that's 4, right? Yeah, 16, okay, whatever. Number 12. How did Han Solo lose his beloved Millennium Falcon?
God, he was a goddamn...
I don't even have to read this, and I know what they're talking about. They're talking about because he lost it between Episode 6 and Force Awakens, right? Episode 7?
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about?
I thought they addressed it in the movie.
No. I don't think they did. And then the fact that he, bam, Han and Chewie magically located as Rey and all that. I can sum that up to the Force, for one.
Well, yeah. Because there's a good theory going around that Han Solo's Force sensitive, or was. Spoilers, he's dead.
Here's the thing. Han is a notorious gambler.
He's a problem gambler.
And he...
I have a 1-800 number for them. For that. Hold on.
And he does, and has been known, to gamble the Millennium Falcon when he is down on credits.
He's out of money. Yeah, fuck it, let's gamble. Let's gamble my mean of existence.
He will throw the pink slip of the Millennium Falcon in. He lost it to Lando about 4 times in one book. They won it back and forth, 4 fucking times. Until Lando essentially threw a match, gave it to him, and then got his ship, the Lady Luck, back.
The Lady Luck, yeah.
So, and remember, this was also previously owned by Lando.
Yeah.
Who owned it originally before Han.
So,
but Han is a notorious gambler.
The 67 Impala of the stars.
Yes. he's a notorious gambler. So boom, he more than likely lost into gambling. I don't think they really addressed where it went.
They didn't address it. I mean, you know what? In
Just
the
that he lost
novelization,
it.
it might be, and I was thinking about reading it, but how did he happen to come across it? Okay, always first and foremost, cinema magic.
Cinema magic.
But 2, they had been searching for it.
They had been searching.
They were looking
the
for
fact
it.
that they're saying that he already knew it was somewhere in Jakku, yet he still couldn't find it.
I mean, it was powered down. It was covered up. I mean,
yeah, a bajillion things could have happened. And who knows? He might have not have been looking for it that hard.
Yeah, he might be like, it's somewhere out there.
It's been 30 years.
Is
what their thing was.
Roughly.
One of the things I hate about 7.
Yeah.
So boom, another headshot.
Bam.
Number 12 down. Let's go to number 11. How did Anakin learn to become a Force ghost? Okay, so this one's a little different. Essentially, only Jedi become Force. Only Jedi tend to
I love this
disappear.
picture.
Oh,
sorry. The picture we're seeing is a picture of when Leia is kissing Luke on the ship to kind of put Han Solo, whatever.
Yeah,
there's a kind of CGI'd in Force ghost of old Ben Kenobi,
and he's going,
oh, wait, I didn't tell you, your brother and sister.
So at the end of Star Wars Episode 3, Yoda tells Obi-Wan Kenobi that his old master, Qui-Gon Jinn, has discovered how to conquer death and that he must start training to do so himself. Obi-Wan is pretty surprised by this notion and is presented in a way that makes it seem as if Qui-Gon is the first of the Jedi to do this. No, never, ever. You gotta remember, Obi-Wan was still an apprentice. He still doesn't know everything. He knew enough
Obi-Wan?
of... Obi-Wan. Because,
at the end of 3?
Huh?
At the end of 3?
At the end of 3.
He's a master.
He's technically now, but it doesn't mean... As masters, they still learn stuff. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Apprentice training did not include how to become a Force ghost.
No.
Because not every Jedi becomes one.
No, you have to be so in tune with the Force.
With the living Force, and which is more Qui-Gon. And then Qui-Gon figured he'd figure it out, and blah, blah, blah.
Like, all right,
and
guys.
he died, and didn't matter. And
come hang out.
So, Obi-Wan's surprised by this notion, blah, blah, blah. Then in Episode 4, New Hope, when Darth Vader and Obi-Wan battle, Obi-Wan tells him, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Then disappears completely after Vader strikes him. Vader seems pretty surprised by this. He just seems surprised that he actually disappeared and there was no body left, that's all.
Well,
That particular thing, that is Jedi. The Sith don't do that, and then Sith specifically become ghosts because they attach their spirit to something in the
Horcrux
physical
style.
Horcrux style, essentially.
Yeah.
Like Marka Ragnos and Exar Kun and a few others. Who technically I don't think are canon anymore, so whatever. So yeah, the fact that and then he went light side at the end.
Right.
Return of the Jedi. He had Vader go to the light, even though it was short lived and he died like shortly afterwards. He went light side again.
So I actually have a very strong potential answer for this. Once again, I don't remember the episode name or seasons, but this was addressed in Attack of the Clones. In Attack of the Clones, especially the episode where they were on that very Force-centric planet where they come across the father, the son,
Oh,
and the
you're
sister.
talking about the TV show.
The TV show,
yeah.
Attack of the Clones, yes. Not Revenge of the Clones. Wait. I'm confused. Clone Wars, not Return of the Clones.
Thank you. You're killing me.
God damn it.
Not episode 2.
Not episode 2. The Clone Wars
The
series.
one between 2 and 3.
Right. Anakin gets to the planet, and on this planet, there's the 3 entities: the son, the daughter,
The Mortis.
and
thing,
and the father. And
Yeah.
the father was the balance, keeping the dark side and the light side at bay. And Anakin's actual destiny was to take the father's spot
Yes.
and stay there and ignore the rest of the galaxy and literally hold down the two
literal
incarnate-
embodiments
the
of
Force.
dark and light.
That
And
was
he
his
supposed to be the
actual
balance.
destiny.
Yeah, that was his real destiny.
So-
which I thought was amazing.
It's amazing. But throughout that episode, if I remember correctly, and it might have been later on, it might not have been that episode. My memory's terrible because I totally binged the whole thing. Obi-Wan's ghost appears to Anakin. For sure. So he knows that this ability is... He might not have known it when he learned it as a young man, because no one had ever done it before, to his knowledge. So he could have easily been like, oh, this is one of these Force entities, a trickery from them. But he knew that this ability existed, and Obi-Wan Qui-Gon communicated with Obi-Wan at this time period through the Ghost as well.
Yeah.
So that's how he knows that because the moment he probably saw the fact that Obi-Wan died, and he's like, stamping it out. Oh shit, he's really gone. Maybe that thing I saw 30 years ago is actual possibility. And when he turned to the light side, he was goddamn the embodiment of the Force as well.
Right. And since he went light side, he became a Force Ghost.
And as to why he shows as his young version self, that's just fucking Lucas fucking with shit. So
yeah, that's just Lucas.
He should have shown as
Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah,
the original actor.
That's what he should have shown as.
So boom, headshot. That one's down 2. So that's 6 down. Number 10. Leia couldn't have remembered her mother.
Wrong. I already have the answer for this.
Go ahead.
Without reading it. Because Senator Organa never hid it from her, who her mother was. Could have easily had pictures of, hey, this is your mom.
Well, no, she says very beautiful, kind, but sad. So she's specifically talking about emotions.
And Organa could have said, Organa knew Princess Leia very well. Senator Organa and Princess Leia worked closely together for years and years throughout the Clone Wars, before and after. They worked together very closely.
Maybe, or she could be talking about Queen Organa, not her.
No. They were talking about Leia.
Did they? Well, no. I'm saying Leia could have been talking about Queen Organa.
I'm sorry, they were talking about Padme. They were for sure talking about Padme. And that's easy, because Senator Organa, they could have just never hid it from her that she was adopted, that her mother was dead and died at birth. And that, hey, your mother was this amazing person. Well, she was she was a queen, she was a senator, and she did the best she could, and then she kind of fucked up and gave all the power to the wrong guy.
Could have. Hey, I do think it's a little bit of a stretch, and I wouldn't mind giving this one up because it is a stretch. It's a little stretch because she's saying she was very beautiful, as you can get from a pictures, or but she specifically goes into emotions, like she was kind but sad. So
that's easily something Organa could have told her. Yeah, your mother was kind.
Could have, but she says, "I remember." She.
The word choice is just bad.
The word choice is bad. So, but if you were to go off of word choice as scripture, then yes, then we could. It's a stretch.
It's a stretch.
But yes, she could have gone off of what people told her.
Then, fine.
Yeah.
You want one, you have one.
Yeah.
But I still argue
I can put it into the maybe column.
Maybe.
Because it's not hard either way. It could be... You can go both ways with it.
Well, that's the only way you go is both ways.
Oh, okay. So let's just go to number 9. How did the Empire and Darth Vader not discover Luke and Leia earlier? So one thing. They talk about in here how Luke went back to Anakin's... home planet. And he was with... Anakin's family, married family, step family, whatever.
Step family, yeah.
We already know Vader hates sand,
Anakin,
and it's a planet full of sand.
He avoided sand like the fucking plague.
2, he did not want to go back to anything that reminded him of his former life.
Of Padme,
he knew the decision that he was making when he decided to do it. He knew he was forsaking blah, blah, blah.
Everything.
He didn't want anything to remind him of it, so he never went back to Tatooine. It was a time and place where he just refused to. It was like gone out of my memory. I don't fucking care about him. I'm not going back.
He, as a Jedi, decided, like you said, to forsake everything that he stood for to try to save Padme's life. So when he failed,
he did not want to go back and meet.
When he failed, and then he was lied to by Sidious and told you killed her in your rage. You want to fucking delete that from your memory completely. Like, I'm never thinking about that again.
Because that's where he first met her. Was Tatooine.
Are you an angel?
Yeah, so he never wanted to go back.
We still hate you.
That was fucking... And then he killed... Yeah.
No, but he didn't kill... Oh, no, he didn't kill her.
She died of a broken heart.
Oh, well, fucking suck. God damn, you know how many bitches I would have had dead by now?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure Nick's would love to hear that.
I know.
Live. You want to go live.
Yeah, you would. And then he rolls the bus over. And then as far as Leia and the Organas,
this one's easy. She had a different name. So, and she wasn't force sensitive. Luke, you could forgive. You can be like, well, Luke's force sensitive. You could blah, blah, blah. He'd radiate stuff. Luke wasn't that strong to the point where you would sense him across the galaxy.
Well, then he also had Obi-Wan probably masking it.
And he also had Obi-Wan probably actively helping Cloak. He didn't live too far off.
No, they lived in the same fucking zip code.
Yeah, essentially. Or the neighboring zip code.
They were right, yeah.
Yeah, they were close enough.
You mean Old Man Kenobi? He knew who he was.
Yeah, he knew who he was, which means They were neighbors,
Close
essentially.
enough. He probably was like, dude, why is this old fuck watching me all the time?
I know. Why do I always see this guy?
Hey there, little boy.
I got popsicles in the basement. No.
Get your fat ass over here.
God. But and then they're like, oh well, he still kept his name Skywalker. Well, he was an unknown podunk living on a backwards, far distant planet in the Outer Rim, on a planet that Vader wanted nothing to do with.
While they were actively
searching, he had no idea he had kids.
No, he thought he killed her, and he thought he killed her and the children.
Yeah,
in his race.
They didn't even know there was gonna be twins. I think he did. I don't remember.
No, they didn't know.
Yeah,
it was a complete surprise. And then lastly, too, while we know that they were the only Skywalkers, Vader wouldn't have a reason to assume, or even Palpatine, that they were the only Skywalkers.
Yeah, I mean, how many other names are out there? Like, it's not like it's a completely unique name.
So, I mean, and for our purposes, it is. As a viewer and as readers, they are. But
yeah, they're important to us.
It doesn't mean that they are in
a galaxy filled with multiple trillions. Like, I don't even know the number. It's trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions.
Isn't there millions of, like, planets?
Yeah.
So, there's...
We have an entire galaxy full. Like,
so, yeah.
Have fun.
So, that's another one debunked.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Let's go to number 8. Finn has little trouble wielding a lightsaber, and Kylo Ren sucks at it.
Oh, this is easy, too.
Go.
He was hurt. Kylo Ren was already fucked up.
And emotionally.
And emotionally. Because here's the thing that's still up in the air. The jury's still out on it until either Episode 8, or we might not have the answer to the completion of the trilogy. Whether Kylo Ren's... Spoilers, I guess. Han Solo's dead. Kylo Ren killed him.
Whatever. It's been long enough now.
Kylo Ren has been Solo.
It's been over a year.
So we still don't know. The jury's, like I said, jury's out on whether him killing Han allowed him to which way that he ended up. So it's at a face value, it's very obvious. Oh, he went to the dark side, but we
don't know the emotional part.
We don't know the emotional part of it, but we do know that when Kylo Ren went and he had to go through fighting a bunch of people, he got shot by Chewbacca. That bowcaster is not a fucking little.
We all saw what it did to people, and he didn't fly backwards.
He didn't fly backwards, and it hit him in the leg. I believe.
I thought it was a leg, or it was like he kept hitting his leg.
I believe it was a left.
I thought it was
tummy, lower quadrant.
Yeah, somewhere here.
So it hit him, and that fucked him up. And like you said, we saw people fucking blown away like ragdoll effects with the bowcaster, and Kylo Ren stood and took it like a champ. He was injured. He was fucking down to critical health. When he fights, he
had
Finn,
5 HP left.
For real, when he fights Finn,
hippish area.
When he fights Finn, while not lightsaber trained, they were still trained in combat. Yeah. Because we saw that other trooper wield that weird little vibro sword looking sort of.
It wasn't a vibro sword. It wasn't a vibro sword. It was like a punji stick.
That's what I said. Looking thing. We can safely assume that Finn is also trained in that type of combat.
Yeah, so the stormtroopers are not trained just in blasters.
They're definitely trained to specifically not aim. But besides
that's a whole other thing.
That's just moving.
And I love the theory for that. They purposely let them go because they put a tracker on the ship. They wanted them to take them to the rebel base. They purposely didn't fight, so that's how good they were that they didn't hit.
That might be another theory.
That's another thing. We'll another day.
So at the end of the day, the quick version is Kylo was already really fucked up. He fights Finn, who was a trained fighter as well.
And no one's saying that. We don't even know how good Kylo is.
Galaxy, we know he's amazing because he decimated the
he killed a whole bunch of apprentices.
Still not an easy feat.
We don't even know if there were other masters other than Luke.
We don't. We can assume not.
Probably. We can assume not.
But so at the end of the day, he was fucked up. He was injured and kid. Yes, it's also a safe assumption. How good is he really? We don't know.
Yep.
Is he good because he's the only goddamn Force user, or is he good
now? Did he fight Luke and win?
We don't know.
And we don't know. And if he did win, then we can assume he's really strong because Luke is super strong. But
yes, he was injured. He fought Finn, who was also a trained fighter, and then he fought Rey, who was not necessarily a trained fighter, but she damn near raised herself since she was around 7.
Kylo talk. He hates Kylo.
I love Kylo Ren. I know he's totally edgy and emo and shit, but I like Kylo Ren. Fuck it, I said it.
I don't know. I want to see more of the Knights of Ren shit. I want to understand what's happening, and then I'll give my
Yeah, fair enough.
Because he's obviously not a Darth. He's not.
No, he's not a
I don't.
Darth.
I don't.
You
I
fucking-
honestly don't like what's happening.
You
So
earned a
we'll
title
see.
of Darth. So
Yes, that's why Asajj Ventress never got it.
no, yeah, she was. Asajj.
I know.
Asajj.
We'll talk about that. And Quinlan Voss. We'll talk all about that.
Quinlan.
Yeah, but they're also saying like Howler Finn, a former janitor of the Stormtroopers, like he was sanitation duty. But they all go
Doesn't
through the same
matter.
training.
It's like Marines. Every single
Yeah.
Marine knows how to use a
It's
gun.
like trying to pick a fight with a Marine who's digging a latrine.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'd
You
fucking
fight
do it.
him. Let me know how that works out for you.
I double dare you.
So,
I feel like that one's.
and then side note, what is the point of that ridiculous crossbar lightsaber? It's the exhaust. He's using a highly unstable crystal.
Yep.
And
These guys don't know shit about their sabers.
no, he's using a highly unstable crystal, and having just the one vent isn't enough. That's why he has a crossguard on it. It's why it's not a true crossguard either, because you obviously see a point where it's
the energy flows out.
yeah. So
It's not pointless. It's got a, and this is an extremely old style of doing Sith lightsabers too.
yes, it's very old. This is like
ancient.
older than Vader. This is like back like
Old Republic before Old Republic.
This is back when
So we're talking
they were
thousands.
first starting to do lightsabers that weren't attached to a battery pack on your backpack.
Right. So this is thousands of years old
Yeah.
technology, but like
is super old.
like raw power.
This was
the thing
this was Dark Jedi before they became Sith.
before they became Sith. Yeah. So I feel like this one's also staunchly fucking deep.
Yeah. Number 7. Next, before I get tilted. So, how can Rey speak Wookiee? Okay, here's another thing. Lots of people in the Star Wars universe know lots of languages.
Yeah, they're not America where we don't learn shit.
Yeah, they're not. They think more like.
I mean, in Florida, they don't even teach English.
I can't believe you just go after the fan base.
Yeah, no.
No, and then how like they talk about how like Han Solo and Chewbacca like no one's batting an eye. It's not crazy that Han knows Shriwook. No one also cares the fact that someone knows another language. People don't. No one like trips out. Oh, you did. That's right.
Oh, wow. Well, next.
So no one cares that someone understands the language. Like no one bats an eye. It's like looking at me and go, oh my god, you know Spanish? Like who fucking cares?
You know Spanish?
Barely.
You don't.
But it's like who cares? Like oh wow, you know Spanish? Oh my god, this guy, he's amazing.
Right.
He knows another.
No,
And?
in this, and you also have to consider that she grew up on Jakku, which was an outer rim planet, which was a type of planet where all the unsavory types came of all sorts of different races.
Everyone.
Given Wookiees are more of a rarity at this point in time,
Are they?
Yeah, because a lot of them got wiped out. Not all of
When?
them, but a lot. When Vader went in and fucked up Kashyyyk, just in general, he was looking for a Jedi, and he decimated a ton.
I
of
mean,
them.
if you're not going off the expanded universe books, they all kind of.
They just kind of left, right?
Well, no, they didn't leave. They're all still there. They're
They're
still
fine?
good.
Kashyyyk is
It's
still
just-
alive and well?
They just put a slave encampment up there to enslave Wookiees, and then it got liberated. It got liberated right after the Death Star went down, the second Death Star. So
Just all up in my business,
I know, right?
bitch.
What is that? No, they put up a imperial imprisonment camp and then took them to slaves as slave labor. Took them all over the place.
Right.
But like as the second Death Star destroyed, and they all pulled back, the Wookiees overthrew it, and they're fine. Like
Yeah.
they weren't decimated. He did fuck up an area. I think they bombed it from orbit, but they're fine. All right, so another one debunked. How can Rey speak
Debunked.
Wookiee? Okay, whatever. Number 6, Leia's cover story doesn't make sense. A little bit. She's saying that they fled. She's telling a fucking lie, obviously, because this is off of Force Awakens.
Right.
She's obviously lying. Politicians lie.
Wait, whoa.
You didn't know this?
This is news to me.
This is news to you?
Politicians lie?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
All that fake news. Oh, triggered. No. she's obviously, they got caught. She's like, no, we're a diplomatic vessel. We were fleeing that battle. You know, oh my god, no. No. Debunked. This is fucking easy. Vader knows they're lying. He seizes her. He interrogates her. He doesn't do all that shit just because. Like, he knew. They chased it.
Yeah, well,
they chased the Hampton
they
4
didn't he obviously
out.
didn't believe it because he interrogated her.
Yeah, he obviously didn't agree. And then they knew, like, the escape pod went down. They knew it all. He knew it from the fucking get-go. He knew she was lying. Like, this is easy. Familiar faces that should be dead. So one that they're talking about is
oh yeah, these guys, they were on
Dr. Cornelius Evazan and Ponda Baba. These guys were like super notorious. And there was a book, and it was about all the different people. It was a bunch of short stories, but it's called the Cantina Tales, the Mos Eisley Cantina Tales, and it picked every person that you saw when they did that shot of Mos Eisley inside. Everyone has a story.
Nice,
and it was really good. These guys were in it.
The lower part of that guy's face just makes me uncomfortable.
This one right here. Oh yeah.
Look like a
Captain's butt.
No, look like a camel-toed ball sack.
Oh right. That they were on apparently they were on Jakku or whatever, or no, Jeddah. And then they should have died when Jeddah got destroyed. Easily, they took off. They booked it
because they were on their way out when the cast was making their way.
Yeah,
they were on their way out.
I'm pretty sure that's how it was.
I actually only saw it the one time in theaters, but I
have it right here.
If memory serves, the crew, Rogue One was making their way into the area, and a good chunk of time passed while they were getting all the other stuff done.
And they could have seen that the Empire was packing up, getting ready to leave anyways, and they could have been like, all right, we're fucking out of here.
Yeah, because they weren't stupid people.
No, they weren't that dumb. I mean, they were dumb enough to pick on Luke and...
Well.
But, you know.
I won't pick on Luke. He looked like a scrub.
So, boom.
You can tell
another one. Number 5 gone. All right, number 4. Why did the Death Star take so long to destroy the moon on the Rebel base? I got this. It takes 24 hours to charge those lasers.
Oh,
it takes a full 24 hours to charge the lasers to shoot. They also had Yavin, the gas giant, in the way of the moon, the Yavin 4.
So they had to wait for that to clear.
So while they were clearing it and in orbit, because this thing is huge and slow, and they just put in orbit, and they have to, in order to charge it, it takes all the systems and all the thrusters and all that shit.
So they couldn't move.
They were just in orbit. They had to wait naturally.
Okay.
So while they were waiting, they were charging up the laser, and then as soon as they cleared, they shot. That's what they were doing. That's why it took so long. It takes 24 hours. And they're like, well, they should have just shot it immediately. They should have just fired at the gas giant and then fired at them. If you just destroyed the gas giant, it would have destroyed Yavin 4.
And probably the Death Star.
The Death Star 2 was a giant. Yeah. So they're dumb here. But no, it takes 24 hours to charge the massive lasers. It took time. It wasn't something you just fucking boom.
We should probably kill those people. Okay.
That's why when they did the second Death Star, it was stationary,
right?
And it was able to charge faster and all that happy crap.
Gotcha.
Why did the Empire leak the real Death Star plans to rebellion? This is very easy. The Emperor was arrogant to the point of his downfall. He literally thought that...
That's literally the theme in one of my classes right now is hubris.
Hubris, yeah. His hubris was through the roof. He literally thought... Like, he didn't expect freaking Vader to change on him at all. Like, and that's the crazy thing, is that it was always on the back of his mind that Vader would. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, that's part of it. But, like, when you really needed him, he wasn't, like, watching his back or anything. Like, he trusted that Vader wasn't going to do anything. He thought Vader was so in his grasp. So that it just plays into his hubris that, here, let me give you the real Death Star plans.
Sure, go ahead. Try me.
They know that it's real.
Right.
So they know it's not tampered with. Because there's always the risk, if you don't give them the real ones, that they realize it's tampered.
Right.
That, okay, well, maybe this isn't real.
Well, and
so to bring them all in, he led them to the trap to just destroy the rebellion.
I believe there was
the
whole in the movie about this.
I don't even know.
It's a trap.
Oh, yeah, it's a trap. Which they knew, because when they went in,
the moment they got
the interdictor cruisers came in and they couldn't leave. Yeah.
Bye.
So... this is easy.
Yeah, why'd the plans get leaked? Because he wanted them to.
Yeah, he wanted them to. But it's like, why did they give him the real Death Star
Robot
plans?
Chicken did a thing on this. I believe I can't remember exactly, but I think it was along the lines where like Palpatine's like walking and he like drops the plans of the Death Star or some bullshit, and it says like Death Star plans, top secret, and like he drops it, and the rebels get it, and somebody gets it and leaks it. So yeah, this is fucking stupid.
This is dumb. He specifically gave him the real plans so they would come.
Right.
They wouldn't.
Lucky.
There wasn't a chance that they wouldn't know that they weren't real, or
right.
That's why, because he firmly believed he'd just wipe them all out, and that was going to be that and done. And then he was going to turn Luke or kill him, and then boom, done.
And be done.
So, another one done.
Yeah.
God, I actually am debunking almost all of them. I think there's only one that's on the maybe column.
And I feel like it's debunked, but I'll give it a maybe.
So, number 2, considering the rule of 2, why did the Emperor want to turn Luke to the dark side?
Because he thought Vader was weak. He considered Vader weak for losing to Obi-Wan in the fight on Mustafar.
Yeah.
So he's like, my apprentice, and that's why he's in that suit. I think you and I were talking about this not that long ago. That suit was like constant pain for Vader, which at first was a huge hindrance, and eventually he turned it into his strength. But always, Sidious looked down on Vader, saying, "You're a fucking useless piece of shit."
He only used him because, and one thing that even the Sith will agree on is that the more you become cybernetic, the more you lose
connection to the Force. Because it's supposed to be, it's in living things, living tissue.
It's in living tissue.
Vader was a piece of toast at this point.
If you go back to SWTOR, Star Wars: The Old Republic, and that you have a lot of Sith who do cybernetics or whatever, and all of these people are not Inquisitors. They're not the sorcery heavy guys. These are all pure fighters, pure combat,
or diplomats or something different. Just not.
But they're not. They're not the kind that focus more on the Force. They're more. They just use it to fuel their own strength.
Yeah.
And then why not let me cybernetically enhance it as well?
Right.
That's the. But they lose connections. They don't. They're not as strong as someone who is 100% organic. So, but
USDA
rule 2
approved.
is. So, yeah, Vader's job was to eventually become strong enough to take out Sidious. Well, he never did in that entire time frame.
And that's weak. In Sith standards.
In Sith standards,
you were
that's
with
extremely
him
weak.
for like 20-some-odd years, and you never took him out.
18.
Wasn't it was 18 by the beginning of 4, but by the end of 6.
I don't even think it was 18. I think it was more 17, like 16, 17, because that's how old Luke was supposed to be.
But what was it by the end, though?
By the end, I think a couple years passed. Yeah, so around 18 years.
So, in this entire time, you never overthrew me, you're worthless. Let me get someone who will kill me. And that sounds stupid, but while the Sith are very self-serving, they still want the Sith to be the most powerful. So if I become the most powerful and I train someone and he overpowers me, then he's the most powerful and the Sith still rule.
Sidious was the one exception because he wanted to not die. But I mean, that's also the Sith's ultimate goal is to just rule over everything and be extremely all powerful or whatever. But at the same time, your apprentice is supposed to learn everything that you know, and once he does, he takes you out, learns what he can for more shit, and then trains his next apprentice. Although, here's the other thing: the rule of 2 was going to go out the window if
they took Luke, if they turned Luke.
Not even if they turned Luke. If he just won, if the Empire took over the entire galaxy. The rule 2 is going to go out the window. There just would have been a lot more Sith. There would have been, the Sith Order would have come back.
And the other thing too, and I'm seeing a line here saying, "Hey, I'm your pops. Join me." Why would get rid of Vader if he was feared? Wouldn't you fucking just be scared shitless if the guy who killed Vader that everyone else was scared of, it was now after you? Wouldn't that guy be just, holy shit, you killed Vader? I'll do whatever the fuck you want me to do.
Vader telling Luke, join me. That would have upset the rule of 2. No, they would have gone, killed Palpatine.
Yep.
Vader would have become the master. Luke would have been the apprentice, and then it just would have gone on from there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the entire story is, especially when you look at the Sith, it's all about their pride.
Yeah, it's all about pride. It's all about their
Anakin's initial pride. I don't want to lose my wife. I don't want to lose her, and that's selfish. And that's what
selfish, which is
the dark side.
Purely Sith as well.
And for note, I'd be 100% Sith. I would never be self-sacrificing for somebody else.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot of people would be Sith.
So, well, last one, right? After
This is completely debunked.
Yeah,
by
it's
the way.
easily debunked.
How did Obi-Wan not know about Leia?
Wait a minute.
So in Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Obi-Wan Kenobi says to Yoda that Luke is their only hope to defeat the Empire and the DarkSide, and then Yoda cryptically reveals there is another. Initially, the identity of the other is a secret, but we come to learn that Leia is really Luke's twin sister. Fast forward, or rather rewind, to the prequels. In Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan is present when Padme is giving birth.
Right.
He is taken aback that there are two babies, but he witnesses it firsthand. Padme tells him directly what their names are. He is there when Senator Organa decides to take the baby Leia and raise her as his own with his wife, so he knows exactly whom she ends up becoming and where she had been hiding all those years. Did he somehow manage to completely forget this vital information? One, she wasn't Force sensitive. At least it wasn't manifested, like Luke.
He still should have known that.
And even then, even in the expanded universe, she's not that strong in the Force.
No.
At all. She can barely pick a lock with the Force.
Wasn't she more about, like...
she's more diplomat. She becomes...
Her Force abilities were more centered around, like, empathy and stuff like that, right?
Empathy.
That's what made her a good diplomat.
Yeah, it makes her good. She can empathize with somebody
was she
else.
a total empath? Like, she could, like, I could totally fucking feel your feelings?
Not super.
No.
But her line always led more along the line of politics.
Sure.
She even tried to become...
she tried to learn, right?
She tried to learn. Like I said, she's a twin of Luke's, and then, like, as their kids are adults, she's being apprenticed by a master. Oh. She's not even a master. She never actually becomes one.
Right. However, I think this one. I think this one's got us beat though. Because Obi-Wan should have known. The only possibility that I could think of would be is his surprise in the fact that she's still alive. Maybe he's just surprised that she's still alive.
Either that she's still alive, because Alderaan did... Well, no. They rescued her. Yeah, Alderaan was blown up, no? Yes.
Well, Alderaan got blown up in 1 immediately.
Yeah.
Or 4.
So he figured she died.
No, but... Had he seen her yet at this point? Who all went on... No, he
died.
Her. No, he saw her. Wait.
No, they knew that there was a princess on board.
Who got on the...
No, he knew about her. The R2 had this fucking play. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Well, he saw her. It doesn't necessarily mean that... No, because he knows that.
No, he should have known.
Princess Leia
Organa. It can... If we wanted to stretch it, you could say that
he was still
Obi-Wan being fucking fake and his own version of the truth and the way he wants to tell.
From a certain perspective.
Yeah, he could just not be giving that much away. But you could give this. So what? 2 out of 16, and then for you 1 out of 16. Yeah,
one in like a half.
I think we debunked the fuck out of this.
Yeah. So scroll back all the way to the bottom. Keep going. I don't see an author. Keep going. I'm trying to see if there's an author.
Oh, that's going to be up at the top normally.
To the beginning.
Jessica Spinelli.
Yeah, eat a bag of dicks, Jessica Spinelli. Don't know shit.
This is what happens when people write articles about stuff that they don't know the source material. They only know movies.
That and when there's all this. I mean, I know it's on BuzzFeed, but this Buzz News. Oh, let me just get some clickbait.
It looks like BuzzFeed. I mean, look at this.
It looks exactly like BuzzFeed.
It's clickbait. I mean, you can't, even if you like BuzzFeed, you can't deny that they are clickbait material.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I don't care who you are. You can't deny it.
100%. But anyway, my buddy sent me this, and I thought it'd be fun to just sit there and just shit on their ideals.
Debunk the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
I actually didn't think we were going to debunk as many as we did.
I believe the Force was with us.
The Force was with us?
Yeah.
That was fun. I actually liked that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So future.
Probably one of the few franchises we could do that with.
I wouldn't mind doing some maybe Mass Effect if we could find some plot holes for that. Yeah, through 1 and 3.
Yeah, you'd have me on that because I still haven't finished 2 or 3, and at this point I don't really plan to play them anytime soon.
I know you're gonna hop into Andromeda because you don't really matter. It doesn't really matter what happened. I think apparently the only thing they ask you in Andromeda was Shepard male or female. I think that's the only thing they ask.
Probably just to know how to reference to him or her.
Yeah, that like to use the proper pronouns and all that crap.
Well, Shepard preferred to not be genders.
He was gender fluid. Shut the
or non-binary. I don't even know what's what.
I can't even. I can't.
Um,
Anything you want to talk about the Switch, specifically about the Switch, not necessarily
not
about
the
the Wild
game,
or
just
anything.
the system itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, since it's all put together, let's.
Yeah. Well, I said it earlier. God, I swear to God, if you drop that, I'll kill you.
Hi.
I will fucking murder you. My wife will murder you.
It's nice. I like the little stand on the back.
The kickstand on it. However, one big thing that I haven't done it yet. That's where the memory card goes.
Oh yeah, memory card goes right underneath the kickstand.
So
micro SD.
Apparently, one big problem not big problem, but common thing that's been happening is people will have the kickstand up and then they go to put it in the cradle without putting the kickstand back in, and that snaps off.
Snaps right off. Does it snap back?
However, it's built to it's for that to happen. They anticipated that.
Speakers on the back. Yay.
No.
Yeah.
No,
flip it
speakers
over.
right here. These are the speakers.
Yeah. So what's that?
More speakers.
Or is that a fan?
No, fans up here.
Fans up here?
This might be exhaust too. No, because I was pretty confident that we saw this and we were like, oh, hey, yeah, they're doing it right.
Oh, well.
Or, I don't know.
I think we were trying to figure it out.
Were we? Okay. I don't have my actual cleaning cloth. I bought a screen protector and I couldn't get it on there properly. That was sweet. Okay.
So, yeah, anything about the Switch?
So,
how's battery life? Let's address that right off the bat.
So there's actually, and I wish Nintendo had addressed it a little bit better. There's actually a couple sneaky ways you can get a little bit more juice out of it. So, in its tablet mobile form, you can get with the Switch cons attached about 2.5 to 3 hours. Is kind of what I've pulled out of it. Playing Breath of the Wild. Not max brightness, whatever it auto, because I had it auto detect, so whatever it is auto detecting.
Have you tried the lowest brightness? How is the lowest brightness?
I haven't put it on lowest brightness.
Oh, you haven't?
No,
okay.
I just put it on the auto detect because I've been doing about 85% of my playing on it is on the TV because the Pro controller is very comfortable. It's great. The analog sticks are off centered, like on the Xbox. It's very comfortable. Nothing wrong with the Pro controller. I like it a lot. It does very easily hook up. Obviously, battery life. If you go down, put it into tabletop mode, which is pull the stand out and put it on your tabletop. Remove the Joy-Cons. You can actually squeeze more out of it because the system is designed to, if you have the Joy-Cons attached, to first pull all initial battery power from the system instead of draining the Joy-Cons first.
Makes sense.
So then when you take it off, the Joy-Cons use their battery independently, the system itself uses batteries independently. So considering how small the Joy-Cons are, a very valid option is to carry if you bought 2 sets, carry both sets of Joy-Cons with you.
Well, how long is the battery on the Joy-Cons?
I haven't let it die yet. They haven't gotten low once.
So they stay up longer than the actual.
Yes.
Okay, then that's all it really
So it's
matters.
kind of null anyway.
Yeah.
But if you pull them off, so like if you're just sitting somewhere at a Starbucks or whatever, you plop it down, take the Joy-Cons off, you're going to squeeze a little bit more out of it. How much exactly? I don't know. My coworker said he was able to do 4 hours on it.
On what? Not Breath of the Wild.
On Breath of the Wild.
Maybe if he had the brightness all the way down.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe. But I know for a fact, though, that with it attached, I got it. It was at least around 3. I should have measured it more carefully, but I didn't. I didn't even think about it. I was just totally engrossed in the game.
Well, that's fine. But I'm going to be doing it in aspect.
I didn't even think about it. But so then, functionally, I have had a couple of issues with connectivity in terms of the controllers themselves.
Okay.
However, I'm going against the recommendations because I have the cradle behind my TV, which is just a bad idea.
So you had a little bit of trouble?
Yes. Only when, like I said, I had it cradled. I had in the cradle and the system were behind the TV, so it's going through the signals of the TV and all that. So that's what jumbled it up.
A lot of electronics, yeah.
And I was learning how to kind of sync shit up. It's really easy, but myself, my wife, and my roommate were playing Bomberman together, and I was using the Pro controller, and my wife and roommate were each using the Joy-Con as a full unit set, and somehow at some point it desynced. So like, while these were player 2, somehow the left got changed to player 3, the right got changed to player 4, and they were like completely fucking discombobulated all over. I have had it hard freeze on me once.
Okay.
It was a hard freeze once. I
telling the truth to here right off the bat.
Absolutely. I like we said before, we don't the truth is the truth. It doesn't have to be anything special.
Why lie? You're gonna get caught.
Why lie? So the system did hard freeze on me once.
Okay.
I wasn't playing it long. It was I don't know why. It hard froze.
Okay.
What specifically had happened? I was playing Breath of the Wild. My father-in-law and nephew came over. I paused the game. I saved it, and I went to hit the home button, and it like stuttered for a second, and then the option came up. And then it froze. I couldn't do anything. I was able to go back to Breath of the Wild, and then it was completely frozen. 100% hard freeze. But I just did a hard reset, which on this one happens to be even easier than on other systems. Push and hold the power button about 15 seconds. It powered off completely, then hit it again, came back up. Haven't had an issue since. That was yesterday. That was once. So far, I will kind of...
Keep track of it over a month period,
I'm going to keep track of it over a month period. Because if it does it again...
Before a month. Because then you can just give me another fucking Switch.
Where?
They have to honor it.
I have Nintendo's 1-year warranty on it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna keep track of it of each instance. I'm actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna go home and write it down or type it up so that I have my own personal documented situations of it happening. All controller is stupid easy to set up. I mean, easier than any other console. The only thing easier, I guess, is on PC when you just plug something in. But that's the only thing. That's the only thing that's easier. But out of the box, fresh out of the box, I grabbed the Pro controller. I actually accidentally hit one of the buttons as I was moving stuff around, and the Switch detected it immediately without me having to sync it or doing anything special. It's like, oh, I see a controller nearby. Hit left and right at the same time. Cool. Hit A to confirm. Done. That was
Wow, that was it, huh?
That was it. Super easy.
Oh, Bluetooth on steroids.
Something. It was fast, responsive, and the system functions themselves when you're going from one thing to another. With that one exception of when it froze, snappy, just
so
fast.
Multi-core,
super fast.
Great,
oh yeah, no problem at all. I have had a couple of instances where I put in a cartridge.
I'm actually surprised Blamey's not on here.
I know. I do have. I have had it happen twice where I put in a cartridge and it doesn't immediately read it, and I have to take it out and put it back in. But I think that's just kind of cartridge world. It happens with the 3DS. It happens with the Vita. It happens with the PSP back in the day. It's a common
It happened
thing.
with every cartridge ever.
Yeah. So but nothing bad happened. I looked at the back, make sure there was no damage. I put it back on.
Yeah, because the one thing I don't like about the cartridges is pop out the cartridge real quick. Is it's got long pins.
Okay, go ahead.
I
just hope I didn't fuck myself up.
I hope so too. I hope you didn't. So it's got long. You can obviously see the gold plated,
the long pins on it,
but it's long and they're exposed.
There's definitely an opportunity for getting scratched.
Definitely, and that's one of the reasons I don't like. Apparently, I think everyone's heard it by now, but this is super bitter.
We are not tasting our Switch.
So apparently, Nintendo has decided to on all their cartridges. Is to make it coat it in a material. Sorry.
No, it's totally my fault. I might have to fight the boss again.
No, sorry.
No. I beat it. Okay, whatever. Go ahead.
Did it autosave? Does it have an autosave feature?
It does. Oh God, it has an autosave feature. I feel like it's saving every 3-4 minutes. Even sooner than that. It's super fast.
So what I was gonna say,
they added a bitter coating.
Yeah, they added a super bitter coating, so children and dogs won't put it in their mouths, and if they do, they spit it right back
apparently,
out.
though, they didn't anticipate adults licking them. Because
apparently someone says, "Hey, they're bitter," or no, actually,
no. Here's my issue with it. Nintendo beforehand, before the stuff got shipped, they didn't say, hey, we're coating it with this bitter agent, don't lick it. We found out because someone licked it. So someone pulled out their brand new
Switch.
Switch.
Hey, let me taste this.
They're like, I know this plays great and the game's good. I wonder what it tastes like.
This is why we have stupid rules. This is why we have signs that say don't feed hallucinogens to the alligators.
Oh, great, Florida. Thanks, Florida.
This is why we have laws that say you're not allowed to have sexual relations with a goldfish
or a horse
or anything else. This is
I have not, will not, and will not allow.
Give it to me. I'll put it in my mouth.
No,
give it to me.
No, you could go buy your own Switch game and lick it. You're not licking my game. Nobody's licking this game. It's stupid.
It's stupid.
I hope licking the game voids the warranty. No, you licked your game. We can tell. You got your nasty ass on it.
Have you tried charging it while playing?
No.
Have not done that yet.
Have not done that yet. I don't anticipate any issue. The only possible issue
a
with
lot of people are saying it doesn't.
The ports on the its ports on the bottom. It does not charge that fast. I will give it that.
Yeah.
Because I've I've played it. Then it gets low. I put it on the cradle and I go play. Now here's the problem. I'm playing it while charging. What do you want?
Yeah.
I don't have a.
Well, because like I know it's not apples to apples. It's not even apples to oranges. It's even worse than that.
Well, it's a Samsung. It's not an Apple.
Well, it's not Samsung. It's LG. Thank you very much.
Oh.
But they both use USB Type C to charge.
Right.
Mine gets put on a fast charge dock. I can be doing anything super intensive on this, playing games, watching Netflix, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Max brightness all the way on.
Sure.
And it still charges super fast.
Okay.
Obviously, not apples to apples.
No.
But a lot of things, even your 3DS, you could charge and play, and it still charges.
It does still charge, but not that fast.
Not that fast?
No. It's not that fast. And here would be my answer to that. Cut costs, probably. They probably chose to not put either a supercharging charger. I don't know which component is that makes it charge. Is it the type of battery? Is it the type of charger?
It's the base.
It's the base that makes it the fast charging.
Yeah,
So probably,
like mine, I plug my Type C into like my computer or anything else. Even my USB 3.0
doesn't supercharge.
Fuck no. It's the slowest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I have noticed them slow down over time.
But if I plug it into its base that it comes with,
Super fast.
it's fucking
Nice.
really fast. And then apparently they don't make charge bases for these secondhand that are at the specs that it needs to charge as fast as it does.
That's funny. There was a charge base that I considered.
So like I could give you my USB Type C and you could plug it into my fast charge base for my phone, and it probably will still drain battery while playing.
I mean I wouldn't be surprised because I don't know
because
I guess I'll
it's
test
it's a certain
voltage
and amps that it needs to be, and it's actually very high compared to what's available out there right now. They're all very low, and then they're really expensive if you're trying to get up there.
Right. I mean,
what do you want? Yeah,
it's $300 for This is very much worth $300 in what it can do, in the fact that the Breath of the Wild ones runs without a issue, without a hiccup. Okay, I've noticed a frame rate drop when there's a fucking ash load of shit on the screen, or when fire, because in this game
that means it's going below 30 if you actually physically notice it.
Fire acts erratically in real life, and so does it here. If I shoot a fire arrow and I miss my target, or if I hit my target, sometimes it'll splash out. Next thing I know, I fucking set a forest on fire.
And then
like,
you're
sorry, I know it's here to save Hyrule.
I'm here to burn it, really.
Yeah, I'm just gonna save you guys to do fire cleansing.
Yep.
No, but so I've noticed some issues. Frame rate drops, and it's for a couple of seconds. Everything's
not
really
while it's docked, or when it's undocked, when you have it in handheld mode.
Both.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Both.
I thought it would be
more
more
so when in handheld,
which makes sense.
But still, I mean, like I said, this is just being 100% honest, no bullshit. Obviously, we're not sponsored by Nintendo.
No.
And if they sponsor us, I'll still say the truth.
I won't take Nintendo's money because they don't allow you to say bad things.
No, it's stupid. Yeah. Like, I was watching this one guy who was obviously sponsored by Nintendo, and he said in his video he was sponsored by Nintendo. He's like, yeah, if I have to give Breath of the Wild a rating on a 10 scale, and taking the stuff, he's trying to qualify his answer. And he said the fact that there's a couple of things, like some of the stuff that I've pointed out, he had issues with too.
You still gave it a 10?
I still give it a 10. Like, you're just being a bitch. That's what you're doing. For me, I want to play more of the story.
Well, let's be honest. We give Bethesda's games, like let's say Elder Scrolls 9, we usually give it Game of the Year all the time when they come out. And we know that they have bugs and they have issues and glitches and all kinds of stuff. But
True.
We give it really high scores all the time.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
I mean, I'm going to give it a really high score. I want to play. I mean, I've experienced a good amount of the story I feel like to judge it. In terms of the game itself, my biggest complaint is the combat. There's a couple of aspects of combat that I wish were a little bit more polished. And what makes me slightly frustrated is that in Twilight Princess, the combat was slightly better. And that's just I think that's just part of the ebb and flow of in Twilight Princess, of course, it wasn't as big as some of the other ones, and then in Breath of the Wild, really, there's not I mean, you slice and dice, and there's tons of different types of weapons. But like one of my favorite moves from Twilight Princess is you would do this side jump roll, and you'd roll up behind your opponent, and you slash up. That's fucking easy mode. So I understand why they don't put it in here, because some of the combat can actually be challenging. But I don't know. I'm probably like in the 9.5, 9.8 range. Like I do think it's fantastic. However, in the open world game genre, does it revolutionize something? No. Short answer.
Just in size.
Short answer. No. In size, yes. There's a lot more to do. There's a lot of interesting things. The puzzles, the critical thinking required for some of the puzzles is really, really fun.
So that's what I've always liked Nintendo. They all require critical thinking for the most part.
For the most part. Is it gonna eventually beat out Ocarina of Time for
so it's not gonna win an innovation award, but I mean, for open world,
the biggest unique thing that it does so far is a time slowing when you jump and shoot an arrow. So that's the biggest
bullet time
thing.
Max Payne
bullet time sort of
back
thing.
in the day. Yeah,
but I mean, it's really, really good. Like I'm not. You could spend hours doing, like in every other open world game, tons of hours doing all sorts of side shit and not fucking touch the story.
Speaking of something, I forgot to put on the thing. No Man's Sky won an innovation award.
I fucking saw that.
Did you see that? How well? Fucking.
That's goddamn stupid, is what that is. Like
what? What was the innovation? The fastest to flop in gaming history?
No, it was the best marketing with no delivery.
Oh God.
That was his award, and if it wasn't, that's what it should be. The best marketing with no delivery.
Dude,
this is like that guy that said. This is like that guy that takes you home, takes you out to dinner. He's like, "Man, I'm gonna give you the best dick you ever had in your life."
And he comes before he takes off your pants.
He comes out with a fucking grain of rice sized penis, and he early ejaculates. Yep. There you go.
You touch his pants, and then he's done. Not even a half-minute hero.
Not even a half-minute hero. Half-minute hero would be a compliment. So. I mean, obviously there'll be more to come. I really enjoyed it. I did also pick up 1-2 Switch and Bomberman. Bomberman's a ton of fun.
When does the was it ARMS? When does that game come?
I don't know. Spring.
That one.
I think it actually still just says spring. That does look like a ton of fun, and I'll be ready to play it because we have.
Out of the little games, I was like, that one looks like fun for me.
That one's fun. 1-2 Switch is fun. It's definitely a party game. You can't even play it by yourself. It's 100% a party game.
You need to be drunk and everyone playing.
Yeah, I mean it really utilizes the Rumble HD features that this thing has.
How easy is it to pack up the whole Switch and take it to another person's house and then set it up? Other than just a mobile mart. If you
want to bring the cradle?
Yeah.
I mean, easy. Like say
it's just power cord and HDMI, yeah?
That's it. Power cord, HDMI, the cradle, and this. Nintendo did release a really nice backpack that's got compartments for everything to kind of go.
Oh,
in,
nice.
Which is really nice. And since the box itself is...
Something like those old Microsoft backpacks where you can take your 360 and there was like straps to lock everything down.
Yep, that's exactly like that. I didn't really consider buying it because minus bringing it to your place, I'm not taking it out and... You're just asking to get robbed. Oh, look at my Nintendo Switch labeled backpack. What do you think I have in here? Oh, do you want to steal from me that item that everybody wants?
You can just throw it in one of the messenger bags. You know what I mean?
I don't have an interest in putting it outside of the house. I wouldn't be able to afford to replace it if it got stolen. I'm not trying to do all that. So I bring it to your place because it's relatively safe. So, whatever.
Yeah.
But, how difficult? Easy, super easy. I mean, you just grab the cable, especially if you already know. Well, one, Nintendo is since launch selling extra AC adapters.
Okay.
I considered buying one so that if I took it somewhere, I can just take my extra AC adapter and not have to go and unplug it.
How much are they charging for
$30.
$30.
They're a little pricey for it. However,
they're huge. I've seen them.
They're pretty big. They're pretty big. I mean, they're not as big as the Xbox.
Fucking hockey puck.
They're not as big as the Xbox brick.
No, because that whole power supply is in the fucking...
So this, and it's still fucking heavy as balls.
You murder someone with
given the Slim, I believe, did away with the brick. And
Did it put it inside?
I believe the power supply's inside now.
Like Sony's done forever?
Forever. No, the PS2 Slim had an external brick.
Oh, yes, it did.
But So if I was coming to your place, if I had the extra AC, I'm like, do you have a million HDMI cables? Yes, because you're an American in 2017. Everybody has.
Who is tech savvy?
So
I have
there's
a
HDMI.
bajillion.
Oh yeah.
We're packing. We came across 4 unopened ones.
Fuck. Slide
With gold
one
plates.
Slide one over here. I need an extra one. But so if taking that into consideration, I grab my AC cable, especially if it's my extra one that fits in most of the cases that you got. This case. So I ordered the special edition of Breath of the Wild. It came with this carrying case, which is modeled to look after the Sheikah slate that you get in the game. The Switch itself slides in back down here, straps down, so you don't have to worry about it, flipping out everywhere. And then it's got space for 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 games. It's got the netting on the side here, so you can toss your fucking charger in there. That's literally probably what it's for, or the extra controller.
Extra Joy-Cons?
I might be able to because this thing has some room, I might be able to squeeze a Pro Controller in here.
You think so?
It'd be very squished. I probably wouldn't be comfortable doing it, but I probably could. I could easily fit another set of Joy-Cons in here, and the power cable.
You could probably fit another Switch.
I could probably
Another
put
mobile. Second Switch in
double
there.
switch. So, the pickup and play is super easy. Like with Bomberman, each person just needs a half controller to play. I call them half. I know it's not fair to call them half, but they're fucking the size of a half controller. So.
It's a half controller, dude.
Super easy for portability. The special edition also came in a giant fucking box. Holy shit. Like, you're crazy. It came with the game, obviously. It came with a map that I haven't unrolled. A coin that's sealed in its own little hard plastic containers. I'm going to leave it sealed. Nice. And then it came with the soundtrack, which, pretty cool. And obviously in the game and this. So this is the biggest thing. But most of the cases that you're getting for it, if it's an actual hard carrying case, are relatively this size. This one's a little bigger than most, but they're, roughly this size.
Okay.
So, I mean, they obviously, their entire thing, they want you to take this out and go about and run around with it.
Obviously. They push the mobile aspect.
Yeah.
Another thing, there was obviously a few, there were a couple more Mass Effect Andromeda videos that came out.
Mm-hmm.
We're obviously not going to play them because they are story related. One is like 15 or 17 minutes of PB's loyalty mission.
Oh.
And the other one that just launched today or yesterday or Friday, I can't remember. It was within the last 3 days. Is the first 13 minutes of the game.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, so definitely not a.
It's not that much playable. Apparently, it's literally like the cutscenes, like the very beginning. Like
cool.
Like, all right, you boot up the game, you hit play, and boom.
This is what happens.
Yeah. So obviously, we're not going to do any of that because I don't want to put spoilers on the channel.
No.
Especially since the game's out. I know all the other
Have
big
you
YouTubers are. I only watched PB's Loyalty, and the reason why was they specifically avoided spoiler missions like why you're there, what's happening. Like you have no context for what's happening. So you're seeing just some more gameplay essentially.
I mean, that's
and like when it goes to like do a conclusion or whatever, you have no idea what's happening, and then they cut it, and then. But it's like mechanics and stuff, so it's like Omni tool stuff, how that works because you use it to scan stuff, how they're putting puzzles in and like how you solve things.
That's cool.
So that's why I was like, I'll watch it because I read about it first, and then I was like, okay, I watched it.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty good.
Nice.
That's about that. We're just all waiting on more multiplayer stuff, which apparently they're going to be doing something at PAX East. Which is going to be here soon. A lot of YouTubers are saying get ready for a Mass Effect Andromeda video blitz. There's about to be, because I think the NDA is about to lift, and everyone's about to come out with everything. So we're going to get Andromeda flooded, and that's on purpose because it's the week before launch.
Right.
And they're just going to flood us with everything. All I want is the multiplayer stuff. That's all I care about because I don't have to worry about spoilers for that. I just want to know more about how it works. I want to know more.
I probably won't watch most of it because I don't like. I mean, I won't want anything story related. I'll watch multiplayer stuff because that's whatever.
Well, we won't have to worry about it because when the game actually comes, yeah, I guess when you're not picking it up day one, huh? So
I spent way more than I'll admit.
Way more than you'll admit.
I mean,
gonna take a while to recover.
I mean, the thing is, it's not like I dipped into my savings account and sold the dog. And,
no, yeah, you didn't, you know.
So it's, and obviously we're not like, oh god, I'm gonna have to pay my bills. Like I hate those people. Oh, I bought 12 games last weekend and I forgot I gotta, eat and pay my bills and pay my rent.
You didn't take care of that first.
So you go over here and you're gonna return hundreds of dollars worth of shit because you're fucking stupid and you didn't think 2 weeks ahead. Guess what?
Know.
It's past 7 days. Eat a dick.
I know. Go on Craigslist.
I could trade him in for you for about $12. $32.
Store credit.
I should have done store credit. That's $34. Oh.
It'll be $100, $200, $300. Oh,
Hey.
God, that killed me.
Oh, dude, it's so funny. However, okay, in speaking about trade-ins, you gotta give them credit that the fact that lately their trading values have gotten better.
I don't know. I don't shop there.
I know you don't. They have gotten better.
GameStop literally offers me nothing.
There is almost always a trade-in bonus of some sort, typically related to something coming out or something recently out.
As a PC gamer, the only reason to step foot into a GameStop is the swag.
Will you ever then consider getting Will you ever consider getting a physical copy of a PC game if it was in a collector's edition and came with something you wanted?
It's got to be something I really
If Mass
want.
Effect 3 came with a statue of Garrus. Or not 3, but Andromeda.
Maybe.
It came with a Garrus statue. And
I'd seriously consider it. But reasonably priced, what's reasonably priced, dude? The collector's edition is really 100 to 150.
Did you see the fucking Shadow of War?
Yeah, it looks amazing, and I actually do want that one.
It's $300 goddamn dollars.
I know. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm like,
and it's probably just cheap plastic. Like I sneeze on it, and it would probably shatter.
I'm like, does it come with the One Ring?
Well, I know, right? Do I turn invisible after I put it on?
It's
ridiculous, dude. And like, it's bad. Like, I don't understand. People charge this price because people buy it. That's the scary thing.
Well,
people pay for these things.
They do. They do indeed.
Talk about expensive hobbies, man.
Fuck.
Especially one of those people. I need collector's edition of every game I own. There are people like that too. They're few.
Oh,
but
Dragon Shadow. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Our old buddy who was a regular. He was a big man. Now he's not.
Okay. Yeah.
He buys collector's edition for every goddamn game. Doesn't matter.
He's also got expendable cash.
Oh, I know.
That's different. I'm talking about the people who can't make rent and are buying fucking collector's editions. What's the full price?
$60.
So half price.
That's that edition. Is a Switch edition not even tradable yet?
How much is the Switch trading at?
I don't know. That's what I was trying. Oh, the system?
Yeah, the system itself.
That's interesting. Let's see.
Let's see what GameStop's taking in trade value for the Switch itself.
It's not even up yet.
Not even up yet.
You can, however, get rid of a Wii U.
Oh, dude.
Actually, $100.
$100 for the Wii U for the 32 gig is not bad.
Yeah, for the 8 gig.
That's a Legend of Zelda edition.
Doesn't
or
matter.
that
75, 32 gig black, $100.
Okay.
And if you're a pro member, I think you get an extra 25. So, I mean, they sell pre-owned for $250, but they're no longer in production new. Take your pick.
Yeah.
What do you think is fair? That Switch is not up here yet for trading. That was funny because that video actually had a Switch in it.
Yeah.
I got a Switch. It just came out this week.
$32.
$32.17.
Fucking GameStop, bunch of con art.
Yeah, dude. The
dude.
Switch version's still not in here. They don't. I wonder what would happen if someone came and tried to trade it in if it doesn't show up on the app.
Probably sorry, we're not taking it.
I guess. If someone's trading it in already, you stole it. Don't lie to me.
You stole it. You robbed somebody's house.
On the day of release, I was just saying he was still watching. He'll watch this later on YouTube. On the day of release of Horizon Zero Dawn, someone came in trading it in. We had been open for an hour.
Dude stole it from Walmart and brought it.
No, dude stole it from Redbox.
Already?
Yep. My manager tried to tell him, no, I'm sorry, we can't take this in trade, and this just came out today. There's no way you have played this in its entirety, and you're done with the game. And the guy started causing a stink, and what do we have to do? We have to bend the knee. Every time.
I know, I told you, I hate working, and God,
yeah.
so
So yeah.
So,
This was a very long show.
Oh, it was very long. It's longer than we normally do.
That's what she said.
Oh. We took that blue pill. That's why.
Well, mine was blue and red.
Oh, you took both.
Yeah.
So you're in the Matrix and not in the Matrix now.
Yes.
Yes. You're right where you were before.
Kind of like where you take 3 lefts.
Oh, God.
What?
So, I guess that'll do it. That'll do it. So, we obviously won't... That'll do, Pig. You were about to say it?
That'll do, Pig.
I knew it.
That'll do.
We will not have one tomorrow.
Definitely not having one tomorrow.
Definitely not having
or the
a
next
podcast
day.
tomorrow.
Or yesterday.
We're not having a podcast next Sunday because moving, all that happy crap.
Because mind your goddamn business.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. We will be back the following week with... I'll have Mass Effect stuff to talk about, non-spoilery. You will also see me playing it because I will be streaming it.
Very spoilery.
Very spoilery there. I'm probably going to play that almost exclusively. I'll be doing the multiplayer too.
I'm going to be bugging you the whole time. Let's play Overwatch. Let's play Overwatch. Let's play Overwatch.
You would. I'm like, nah, let's play multiplayer.
And I'll be like, just kidding. I don't have it. How am I going to play with you? What the fuck? Roll up. Oh.
You get a used copy, bro.
I'm wearing my...
You got the GameStop credit card, bro. You got this. All 27% interest.
Hey, I owe nothing on that card right now.
I know. I owe nothing on that card either.
Well, I bought stuff.
I'm hoping Doom picks up Mass Effect with me, and then we'll play multiplayer. Doom's probably going to be like whatever, but I don't care because I'm going to love it. I'm going to play. I will probably be playing with. Wait,
are you gonna have access to the multiplayer in the early access? No.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're able to do that with Battlefield 1 as well. That's what most people did. No one even touched the single player. Everyone just hopped on multiplayer for 10 hours. So yeah, nothing next week. Following week, yes, we'll have a lot to talk about. Hopefully there's more going on in the industry than just Mass Effect. And then we'll see, depending on how much he gets in the...
Oh, God.
He might finish the game.
I don't know. It
2
depends.
weeks?
2 weeks? I don't know.
You gonna go that hard on it?
I've been taking my sweet ass time with this game, dude. I honestly don't know.
How long did it take you to beat Pokemon? The newest one.
I just finished it last week.
This guy! Talking about taking sweet ass time.
Well, no, with that one, it wasn't so much a sweet ass time. It was just timing. It came out right before holiday season. I was busy every weekend with holiday season. And the semester started. Was busy all the time because when I was off, whenever I have extra time off from school, I get worked more. And it's really hard to be like, no, I don't want money.
I don't want money.
No, don't give me money.
Yeah, you just tell them, no, I don't want to do this.
Well,
that's how you do it.
Well, my biggest problem is that I do want to do it because...
You see dollar signs?
No, not even that. I don't care about that. I mean, I care about that, obviously, but I take pride in my store.
Yeah, I know.
Even though my store's shit. And my company's kind of shit.
No, I'm free. I'll say it if you can't.
No, it's not that I
there.
can't. I don't care. They can't fucking get mad at me for my opinion. And if they do fucking fire me, I'll love the lawsuit.
Yeah.
My biggest issue right now is with my immediate employees. They fucking suck. They don't do their goddamn job, and I'm always cleaning up after them. And each one of them feels like they're a godsend. So.
When you gonna start writing them up?
If I had that power.
Oh, I thought you can't.
I'm not really.
Oh,
what am I missing here?
That sucks. Yeah, it always sucks, especially when you have a slight supervisory position, but you're not to the point where you can really do anything about it.
Right.
You just get to go, this guy, he fucked up. This guy, they fucked up. You're the tattletale. Anyways, that'll do it. So we will see you all on the dark side.